Nice. Maybe we actually went on YouTube now. You'll have to let me know if you see it over there.
I'll pull it back up.
Cool. Yeah. We'll should be rocking and rolling. Oh,
I don't know. It's a black screen.
that's not a good start.
What?
All right. If you're over on YouTube, what's up, Idolated? That's my one that was asking you questions about DILFs. That's they're already here.
Yep, nice.
Ex-helicopter mechanic. Yep, that's true. Hey, it gave you an ad, which means it's probably trying to grab something.
Apparently.
Hey, you're just getting me paid.
Oh,
That's,
there you go. We're
yeah.
done.
Oh,
It's
nice.
working.
Beautiful. See, so for some reason, I'm going to be honest with you, chat. This was all, I have everything figured out now. I've got it in a whole setup over there. We'll go into that later. This is my dad. This is Todd. And you'll probably want to turn that down too. If it has audio coming through, it'll start looping.
That'd be annoying.
Yeah, that would be a fun time for all of us. Yeah. So let me know if you're on either of the platforms. Just let me know if you can hear both of us right now. And if you want to talk a little bit too, so they know they can hear you.
Hello.
So is the title still not set? Wait, what do you mean is the title still not set? I did it. I swear. What do you mean? Dude, it doesn't automatically scroll the chat on the studio, and that's driving me bananas. Got an activity feed, though. That's cool. Okay, edit stream info. What the Well, I see now why you guys are confused. Please hold. The title updated itself, and I'm assuming because of how long it's been since I've used the multi-stream, because I do a different multi-stream at home, chat, on a different computer. Assuming it grabbed an old title. So let me, it's like saying I'm going to like Diamond 5 or something on Twitch right now. Everybody's like, this doesn't look like what is happening. I just accidentally baited the entire internet thinking I was coming back to Overwatch. That's what actually.
Trying to figure out who looks like Winston Churchill, you or me. Must be me.
Yeah, well, there's a meme. There's a GIF going back and forth when I shaved my face.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they make the comparison.
Okay, nice.
I get a good laugh out of it. It's like whatever.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the more harmless ones that's out there.
So.
Honestly,
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, Life Outside Gaming. I'm gonna try and title it the same, keep it consistent. But we bought this iPad Air for Rachel because she likes to watch shows on a bigger screen. Before we left for our trip, and I was going to use this as what's called a sidecar for my Mac, but then I'm using my phone as the camera, and apparently if you do that, you can't use the Mac as a sidecar. I found that out today. That was an interesting experience, because otherwise, if you sidecar, this just becomes a second monitor, and I can see both chats. So, Dad's babysitting you guys on YouTube. Behave yourselves.
Have you ever sat in a room where you really don't understand where somebody's talking
what they're talking about?
Yeah, like
is that where you're at right now?
You say sidecar, and I think of the little goofy thing by a motorcycle. Like, what does that even mean?
And you're like, what the? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't use swipe on an iPad? Oh Lord, Yep. Chat, we already are crashing out. This isn't what we want. Don't worry. Okay, we got to get the emoji, chat. Hold on, we got to get the emoji. I know you all like your emotes. All right. So then we can go down here and hit done. What are we thinking? Are we thinking we updated the title? You guys have been hype training while I was tabbed out. What did you guys do? Okay, let's see. I'm going to filter out those.
So all answer is vacation's been good.
Yeah.
He's been here. He's had some time off.
Yeah.
As far as how much do I bench? Less than one of my other sons.
Yeah.
He's kind of a unit, though.
Yeah, he's kind of a tank. Yeah. He could be Reinhardt if he wanted to be. Let me grab my peach vibe. Hold on. Can't have that. I opened one and it's just sitting over here. Condensating? Condensing? I don't know. What's the verb of the word condensation, chat? Any idea? I don't know. Anyway, apparently you guys just hype trained over on Twitch. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I appreciate it. We've got Kelpie came with a resub at tier 1. I appreciate that. It's nice to meet you, Todd. That's you.
Oh, hey.
And excited for Deadlock just in time for the matchmaking update. Did they change the matchmaking? That's probably a conversation for another day. It's exciting. And then Bams, thanks so much for the tier 1 as well, man. I appreciate it. You got the scam train going. That's a good thing. Peach Vibe. Yep, that's true. Peach Vibe is, do you ever hope for gaming? Depends on the moment. This was supposed to be my one experience with the outside game in, and it was just a thumbnail. You baited us all. Yeah, I know. Actually, I am the worst. That's just cold hard reality. So this is the fun part about what I'm learning, chat, because I've never done this before, where I've got like this iPad. Yeah, you guys we'll Vanna White it. It's right there, and it just keeps when you guys type, it just says more messages below. I don't know how to get it to just go like it does on my computer. Any of you guys watch on iPads? Why are you censoring? I deserve my freedom of speech. You can have all your freedom of speech you want. You just don't get to have it here. This is a dictatorship. They changed how ranked works. You can now only duo queue and ranked. So you can't like squat up. That's interesting. Gaming for toes. So not like, I'm not giving you free like sort of feet picks in this economy. You should be grateful.
Yeah, they had split ranked and standard. Yeah, no more getting flamed
No,
and for losing or something.
I don't know either.
I don't know. It sounds like French.
That's probably true. Yeah. Kelpie is asking you what your favorite movie is.
Oh, depends on my day. You know, there's some I got caught in watching Stealth for a while, which realistically right now with AI, kind of everybody's concerned with AI. It's probably a good movie. If you haven't seen Stealth, probably worth watching.
Yeah, that's a
Yep,
good movie.
yep.
I haven't seen that in a while. I forgot all
yeah.
about that movie. It's
Yeah,
an old
yeah.
movie at this point, but it's great. It's a
Yeah.
good one.
It's been a minute. Do I like games? Yes. Yep. I wish I had more time to play them.
Yeah.
Life keeps me like super, super busy, but honestly, I kind of the whole Minecraft vibe just to sit down and hang out and dig caverns for absolutely no reason. That's always a good way to spend an afternoon. So
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, guy likes the shirt, embrace a suck.
Yep.
Yeah, just one of the Under Armour places are right. No, this is a grunt style one, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's
So,
grunt style.
Yeah, it's my wife just ordered it. I'm a firm believer in that whole thought you got to do hard things kind of thing. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a deal anyway. But
Very true. I think I convinced my iPad to just let me watch like you guys do, which works out a lot better because no, don't go back. Okay. Thought it was going to go back. We're good. Now the chat's auto scrolling and I can actually keep up with you guys and I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, Lemon Fantahanzo. Always good to see you, my man.
I had to think what favorite game. I actually like the Siege, that Rainbow Six, the Siege.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
I mean, it kind of makes sense with what you do.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of the guy that's like, all right, I'll go run through here and draw their fire, and that's usually when my gameplay ends. So,
Yeah, it's the
other than that.
out in a blaze of glory.
yeah. That's it. Trevor Project. I have no idea what the Trevor Project is.
Oh, it's
Yep.
a troll. Yeah, just ignore it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you
we'll
go.
do that.
Yeah, that's it's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I can ignore those all day.
Yeah,
long.
that's easy.
That's
Yep.
what I do. It works. So
Yeah,
good.
Dad plays Rainbow Six. Notice he didn't say he was good. He made it
Nope.
very clear.
Nope.
I think I come by my affinity for multiplayer games. Honestly, what is Todd's favorite sport?
Ooh, I like football.
Yeah,
Yep, I do. I love the football thing. It's funny because a couple other kids, they played football for years and they're kind of aged out of it at this point. And yeah, even when this time of year, football is normally starting and you see the kids out there running around, sweating, dying in 100-degree heat. Yeah, that's still miss being part of that. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's it. That's probably my favorite sport.
I could
So,
see that. Yeah.
I like soccer too. That was fun watching the World Cup and everything. And yeah, the guy with the blonde hair ponytail,
Mhm.
he's like just an ox. Somebody in chat probably knows who he is.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure you guys will start spamming it
Oh,
any second. Yeah.
yeah, he was fun to watch, but yeah.
Yep. I learned how to play games from my father. I kind of have told you guys before, like some of my earliest memories playing video games were Command and Conquer, Yuri's Revenge, Red Alert 2, all that stuff with the old PC that he had at our house there. Then Star Wars Pod Racing on the Nintendo 64. Those were like some of my earliest memories, and those were both at your house. I
Yeah.
don't know whether or
Yeah.
not it was like taught necessarily, but it was definitely byproduct of upbringing for sure.
Yeah, they're probably still downstairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So-
surprise me. Yeah, I got the whole Command and Conquer remastered collection or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Got it on Steam because I
Yes.
couldn't.
Yep. That would honestly, now that you mention it, that would probably be my favorite. Yep.
Yeah,
the
real
Command
time
and
strategy
Conquer.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I was super bummed out because it didn't work when they changed the Windows platforms.
Yep.
And yeah, so that would probably be all time favorite, probably that Red Alert 2.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Yep.
surprise me.
Yep.
That's definitely right up there with the good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, they're talking about Howland. Howland is probably the guy with the blonde hair.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, and he is. I don't even know how tall he is, but I mean, he's a monster. Yeah, some of the plays you saw him do during World Cup matches, you're just like, oh, yeah, he was amazing.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really get into it super heavily. I mean, Chad knows I'm not a huge like traditional sports guy, but it's probably because like you kind of talk about wanting time for games. Time for anything else is basically it now.
Yeah.
Even just gaming outside of content.
Yeah.
I did mean that as a joke because he said he wasn't good. Oh, so that was the whole when they said, "Oh, so you learned from your dad." Got it. That was
Yes.
okay. That was okay.
Well
Fine.
played.
I dollated.
Well
Fine.
played. Yep. So
We still beat him though. England. Yeah, Plexus, our resident UK guy.
oh, there you go.
Yeah. Are you just a younger clone of my dad? To a large degree.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too far off.
A lot
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, especially the hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hairline and lack thereof. Yeah. Hairline check. Did not expect you to know what Red Alert was. Oh yeah, no, that's Red Alert and stuff like that. Like when because a lot of you guys have seen the video at this point, then you know that I'm gonna be experimenting with different games and have a list and all that. There was a very close consideration for some of the more modern real-time strategy titles, just because obviously some of the older stuff doesn't really have an audience anymore to make a reasonable living doing it. The trick that I found with real-time strategy, anytime I've ever streamed it, is there's not a lot going on until there's a lot going on. So it's got a lot of like this huge spike and then right back down while you're building up your army, you're ready to go fight. Then you fight and everybody's locked in. And that's been a while ago. I streamed Red Alert 2 probably during 2020. I wouldn't be surprised. It was probably around then. And it was just not the most exhilarating content. I mean, you guys like watching my epic failures is really, I think, what most of you are here for. And you're waiting for one to happen live. That's what you're doing. You're waiting. You're foaming at the mouth. I'm here for it. And I appreciate you paying the bills.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's it. Sports. Yeah, David played soccer.
Yep, I did.
That was your
Yep,
thing.
I played soccer. That's true. I was a
Yep.
goalie.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Kind of class A stereotype too. A little overweight, a little chunky. Just didn't really want to go anywhere. I'm going to stay in this box.
yep. Siege. What is a username that we use in Siege? We have a couple of them because we have a couple different.
Oh, like
Platforms.
profiles. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's SGT 535.
Yep.
I think it's in Siege. I think
Yep.
that's what it is.
That
there.
wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, so it'll be great. Yep, look it up. Yeah, you will see terrible stats and a bunch of random getting killed things.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yep.
sure.
So
Do not share your usernames on here. Who cares?
yep.
Yep. That's funny because so a lot of you guys when some of you have been around since while I was dealing with the how do I deal with all the online BS, and he and I actually called him. I was like, hey, I know because he with his line of work, right? We talked about that on a periodic basis that he's a cop, so he deals with all the stuff that he deals with, which is infinitely worse than what I deal with. Because it's in person. I mean, it's just by nature of the fact that they're actually playing a game of fuck around and find out. It's really what it is. Online, you can fuck around and never find out. It's just kind of, that's the reality.
Yep.
So when I was talking to him about it, I'm like, well, how would you suggest I deal with this? And he goes, you ever read this book? And that I've told you guys a lot, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I read that
Great
book.
book.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the whole premise is you only have so many fucks to give in a day. And once you're out, you're out. So you have to determine what is worth putting your energy and time into. So there's times where I'll pretend and really push the I care just to kind of farm the views because it works well. But I genuinely do not care because here's the thing. While I've been gone by the time I get back, I'll have been gone 3 solid weeks.
Mm-hmm.
No live streams besides this one. I'll have posted the vertical clips, which you either love or hate. It seems like it's like a 50-50 split with you guys right now. And then I'll have posted the one long form video. All that was done before I left. I scheduled the content, and I'm out here spending time with my dad, my stepmom, my brothers. My sister was out here. My mom was out here. I'm seeing some of my old friends. And I don't know of too many people that could say, I'm going to take 3 weeks off of work with very little notice and just go. And the quality of life that I get out of this, it's awesome. So that was kind of what I had to kind of come full circle now and say, okay, is it worth caring what these people say on the internet? No, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to please everybody. You have to, you need to be authentically yourself and figure out what that looks like. And then once you do that, just lock into it. And that's what I've been doing. And I've been figuring that out is what a lot of you guys have been seeing is a lot of the I'm 30 now. Does that mean I need to change a lot of things? No, not really. But there's a few things like my health. A lot of you guys, we've talked about health, right? Not eating as much, which I'm on vacation. That's gone out the window. But, just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just things like that.
You have a reading goal?
Do I have a reading goal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
talked something.
yeah, someone was talking about it. So I had originally talked when I shaved my face. The original premise was I shaved my face, and every day that went by, well, actually, that wasn't the original premise. I wasn't going to allow myself to regrow my beard until I achieved a few goals.
Oh, sure.
And then I was like, you know what? I feel like it's almost like a negative reinforcement that wasn't working well. So I shifted it. I'm like, every day that I accomplish a daily controllable task, I let it grow.
Okay.
So it was just a slight tweak on it, and it completely. That's why my beard's where it's at. I've
Yeah.
lost weight. I've read more books. I've been in the Bible more. Those are the three key things.
Right.
Um, and ultimately, like, there's days where I don't quite get it done, and I get it on the next day, and it is what it is. Because ultimately, it's not about the the religiosity of like getting it done every day. It's the small habits, the atomic habits
yeah.
concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mess up one day, whatever. You mess up a week, we're starting to have a problem.
Yep.
A day is a day.
Consistency.
Yep, that consistency
is
over
key.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yep. Most people in Europe take at least 3 weeks summer vacation every year. Well, that's just different culturally here too, I think.
Yeah. We have a family member that was working for a company out of Austria.
Mhm.
And yeah, it seemed like time off. It's a different balance. It's
Mhm.
a different, you get in, you lock in, to what I do, obviously, and 50, 60 hour weeks aren't unheard of, and depending on what's going on. But yeah, some of the counterparts that we deal with some of our training overseas, they're like, no, that's not a thing, man.
Nope, you got to have
That's-
work-life balance
oh
too.
yeah.
But
Yep.
and it's like, but also to that point, I talk about this a lot too. Like when you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work as much. It is still work. That's
Mhm.
I hate the phrase like there's people that'll say, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's bullshit. That's just not true.
You still
Because
work.
it was like, seriously, I'll give you guys an example. I won't use you, I'll use me, but that way you can share what you want.
Yeah.
But like in this room right now, behind my phone, which is our current camera, I ordered, well, these two mics from Fine Fine. Shout out to Fine Fine, by the way. The stands and a Rodecaster Pro 2 Duo or whatever it is. I don't even know. It allowed me to plug two microphones into the same computer. That's all I cared about. And then I had to come. I did a mock setup last night. I got up this morning, came up here, started trying to kind of get an idea of how this room was going to work. All of that is work. It is work. And whether you want to call it hard work or not, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's work. And so this idea but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Like I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I'm all nerdy about the tech stuff. I get super neurotic about like how can I make the microphone sound as good as I can while we're hanging out in the same room together. I mean, hell, we sat in here for I don't know, it wasn't long. It was only like
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but we
Yeah.
sat in here getting noise gates configured. So hopefully you don't hear as much of me and his mic and vice versa. So just like stuff like that. Like work is a good thing. You should enjoy it, but also work-life balance. And that's content creators are no different. That's something that I am very passionate about. Is
Yep.
especially like we talked a lot about this right before I left. I was telling them like live streamers that are live streamers first,
Right.
they burn out the quickest. Generally and statistically speaking, because they have to be always on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you're a video creator first. Oh, I want to take a few days off. You just schedule videos out and you go on your vacation.
Right.
No one is the wiser. Or if you want to make a video while you're gone, you can.
Sure.
Versus live streaming, where it's like you have to have an environment that's relatively controlled and like it's a whole different ballgame. So I don't know. It's just interesting.
There's so let's see. What do we got? I'll explain my shirt. And what is a cool cop story you have?
Ooh, that's a good one. If you're willing, if you've got a lot of stories, but what you can share.
There's a lot. Yeah, what I could share and what I can, I suppose. Okay, as far as the shirt, let me. There's a lot of different thoughts towards it. There's David Goggins mentality. There's all kinds of stuff out there. But the long story short is you got to embrace hard things, because living things easy, I don't know, pick your hard. Going to the gym is hard, even if you love doing it.
Mhm.
Going to the gym is hard, eating right is hard. Going to work, dude, getting up in the morning,
Mhm.
we get up, we have a snow day here, and I know when I get in the road, it's going to be just chaos all day long.
Yep.
Recovery from injury is hard. Recovery from depression is hard. it doesn't matter what it is. There's hard things in life, but as anybody who has taken a hard thing and gone through it and actually lean into it, on the other side of it, you're better off.
Yep.
Be it going to the gym, yeah, your shoulders, my chest hurts still from the other day lifting with the other guy, and it's like, geez, and that's what it is, embrace the hard things, in the military, we call it, embrace the suck, very Marine Corps mentality. But yeah, lean into the hard things in life and just be consistent with it, and it will get you place. I am in a place in my life right now that 30 years ago, I never thought I would have been. And I'm just like, this is absolutely insane. I love my job. I love going to work. Great family, kids, and it's amazing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. As far as shoulder logos or whatever, that's just flags and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, flag on the side and grunt style stuff. So it's just our grunt style shirt. If you guys type in grunt style embrace the suck, I'm sure you'll probably find the shirt online.
Absolutely.
Yep. And
Yep.
then do hard things.
Yep.
Let's see. Cool. Okay. Cool cop story. We've had a few. There's a lot of them. I actually have a document in my file server, and I add to it every once in a while. It just it says day one, and it's day one is my career with my current agency. I wish I would have kept it with my prior agency too. I've worked for city and state. But yeah, I wish I would have kept it with my prior, but there are things that I go through and don't even remember until I read it, because there's so many things we deal with. I have one that comes to mind. I pulled over an old farm truck, just pulled over the guy, normal speed thing, nothing run of the mill that you'd think. It wasn't anything. And hey, need to see your driver's license, registration, insurance. And he pops open his glove box and there's a mouse nest and things start taking off. And it's like, huh, that's where that little guy's been hiding, and it's just weird stuff. We had a rollover crash where the girl, little girl in the back, and the door wasn't going to come open, so we just kind of pried the top off the door. And so we pry the door open, and she's sitting there in her seatbelt, hanging out in the back seat, and was like, "All right, we'll go ahead and get out there, sweetie." And she just looks up at me. She's like, "Is it okay if I take my seatbelt off now?" So apparently her parents said, if you
They
are
did
in
a
a
phenomenal
car,
job.
you will. And honestly, if not for that seatbelt, she probably would have died in that. And, we deal with all the fatal crashes and everything. But yeah, weird stuff we have. We had a party foul rollover. It was, the big, huge red vines, like the big bucket,
Oh yeah.
right? The share with your friend and everybody.
Yeah. I'm not sharing those.
Yeah, and it was one of the big, huge buckets, and a kid had it. It was a rollover on the interstate, and there was red vines everywhere.
Oh no.
It looked like the biggest youth party foul you can imagine, right?
Little Caesar's pieces coming out too.
It was crazy, So, and the whole family gets transported up to the hospital, and we were talking. Just 'cause it's not normal to have red vines all over the interstate, right?
Sure.
So, and on the way up there, we just stopped at the gas station on the way up to the hospital, and we basically, bought as many bags of red vines as they had, and just took them up to the family when we got up there. We're like, hey, it was like terrible, the red vines everywhere.
This is a crime. Yeah.
this
The
is at
actual
least-
crime that occurred at the
That's
scene of
it.
this accident.
Yeah, so luckily nobody was really hurt in that. But there's, constant things we deal with, and there's the really dark things and the sad things, and the exciting things and the pursuits and what everybody sees. But, what everybody normally doesn't see is the hours and hours and hours of paperwork, that,
Yeah, I can imagine.
that we have
Yeah.
to do, But yeah, that would be, I don't know, just a couple of things that come to mind anyway. But
The Austria flag allegations. Are we really going there? What are we?
I know nothing of that.
I know nothing either. Somebody's saying it, but Splexus pinned it, so I'm sure there's something I missed.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody that said, it was Idol that asked something I was going to answer. He just asked if I was trying to stay in the gym. I haven't gone consistently. 'Cause I sort of have access.
Yeah, we went.
Yeah, he and I went together, which was cool. I don't think we've been to the gym ever together. That might have been our first time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I know you go a lot with
just
the other
house
two,
stuff.
but
Yeah, but
yeah, we normally just hang out around
Uh-huh.
here when I'm out here, because it's pretty
Yeah.
rare that I get to come out.
Yep.
But But yeah, we went and I tried to kind of cram my 3-day split into one day, which I paid for. It was good. I mean, I pushed myself again, embracing the suck, right?
Yep.
Oh, you guys are talking about the white stripe. Is this the Austrian flag?
Oh.
I think that's what it is. They're seeing this as the Austrian flag.
Oh.
If you could see the rest of the room. Okay, so the whole room is this way.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of my brother's room. at one point.
So when we moved in the house, we told him, it's like, well, you can paint it however you want. And he loved the kind of Dr. Seuss vibe at the age,
Mhm.
you know, and you have some of the red, white stripes. And that's the whole room is, this red, white. And there's a little wall off to my side
Mhm.
that's literally like stripe, 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 stripe on the entire wall down.
Very Dr. Seuss.
The whole Dr. Seuss vibe.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's where that's funny.
I
That
hadn't
makes
thought
more
of that.
sense.
I was like, what are they bringing up the Austrian? And I thought it was some stupid thing that somebody was trying to go for, but then when
I was thinking the
Splexus,
flag on my shoulder. I was like, no, I
That's
don't
definitely
think
not
it is.
Austrian,
I don't think so.
he addressed the allegations. Now Twitter will be happy.
Oh,
True.
that's funny.
True.
So
And the Twitter's never happy. I think they wake up with like piss in their Cheerios, dude.
they did ask about any fun things you've got to do on vacation.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that actually. I think that's a good question. There's another one I want to jump in on over on Twitch. Is your dad the reason you're religious? I would say to a part of it, yeah. I mean, that's part of the upbringing. Is obviously it speaks to it. I've said before, and maybe you weren't there for it. I've talked about it a handful of times. My uncle is also a pastor. His brother, actually.
Yep.
And then there was a guy that my mom dated when I was a kid, Joe Walsh. I have a lot of respect for that man still to this day. He took me out and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go chop down some trees for a day." We literally went out with a chainsaw to this area out here in Idaho, and I'm like, he goes, "We're gonna spend the day doing dude stuff, and we're just gonna talk." Because I was having a hard time relating to him, and he was having a hard time relating to me. And he was like, I'll play video games with you if you come out with me." That was the arrangement. I'm like, you know what? That's fair. So
Yep.
went out, and yeah, he was a very big part of I would say the catalyst. And then my grandma. My grandma is definitely to this day. I mean, that's truthfully
That would be
transparent.
mine.
Yeah, Grandma
Yeah.
Barbara. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and
No question.
she
Yeah.
when I came out here, she was like the primary reason we came out. Like we obviously we've had a lot of awesome and we'll get to the question. That's why I thought this would be a good segue.
Yeah.
But my grandma is by far one of the most rock solid women in my life that has just been there for so long, followed immediately by my stepmom.
Mhm.
That's zero hesitation. As far as like spiritual influences, it's those two women. Zero doubt in my mind. And my grandma was really big on like just I like how Dad puts it, rose-colored glasses. Very,
Oh, yeah.
very looking at everything with a very, very positive outlook. And no matter what, it could be the most ugly situation ever, and she's still gonna look at it with
I was
beauty.
in second grade. That's a beautiful picture, honey. Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's
I
not.
look at it now and I'm like, that was terrible, Mom.
Why did you
But
say
yeah,
that? But I mean, it's just trying to be nice. I get it. But so yeah. So to kind of segue then into the question that Dad said was over there was just like, have I gotten to do anything fun? We haven't focused on doing things as much. It's been less about doing stuff, and it's been more about seeing people. That's I tell you guys all the time, time is the most valuable asset any of us have because you cannot have more of it. Once it's gone, it's gone. So when you spend your time, regardless of what you spend it on, you have spent it, you don't get it back. You can make more money, you can buy more crap, you cannot make more time. I'm really consistently passionate about this. And to that end, my grandma is in her 80s. She's in her 80s.
83 now?
83, I think so, yeah. And like I said to you guys, she is by far one of the most consistent, like, female influences in my life that I have had throughout my childhood and into my adulthood. And so we came out here to spend time with her in the event that, God forbid, she passes in the next couple of years, which statistically is possible. It's okay, I'm going to make sure I soak up that time. So while we've been out here, it's been time. It's been, how do I get to see the most amount of people for the most amount of time that I can? Give a shit what we're doing. We're just going to hang out. We're going to talk. We're going to stay up till freaking 11, 12 at night playing freaking Farkle or whatever the hell we were playing last night.
Yep.
Like, and it's time. So as far as fun stuff goes, I would say like holistically, the trip has been not as activity focused. I'll share some more stories with you when I get back because I want to soak up this time with you guys and letting you guys more talk to him because he's not around all the time. You can ask me because I all the time. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a great trip. I'll say that. We did meet, I will say this for the context, we did meet one of the community members actually. Incidentally, just lives in the area. I won't say where because I don't want to dox the guy, but he lives relatively close by to where I'm at,
Mhm.
and I was going to be even closer to where he is as part of the trip. And he was like, "Hey, you were talking about being out in southeastern Idaho." And he's like, "I don't know if you'd be anywhere near X City." And I'm like, "Yeah, actually. Do you want to get some ice cream or something?" So we went up there with Rachel and the kids and him and his wife. We went and got some ice cream up there and got to meet him. And then incidentally at a burger spot, I swear, hand to God, this I promise you, I have witnesses. All right, this happened. I went up and we were just at this local burger spot out in it's a city called Idaho Falls, Idaho, and it's called Burley Burgers. Great joint. If you ever end up in Idaho Falls, 10 out of 10, cannot recommend enough. It's a great place. I was actually meeting another old friend of mine there. We're ordering our food. This gal's taking our order, super polite. This dude comes up from behind her and he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna ask you something. It's gonna seem weird." I'm like, "Sure." And he goes, "Do you stream on Twitch?" "Yeah, I do." "Are you gaming for Hope?" "Yeah, I am." And so he like bordering on fangirl. I think he was trying to contain himself, and it was kind of fun to watch. But it was so cool. Like it was just like a very like those kinds of moments are the things like again kind of circling way back to when we were talking about like dealing with the BS online. But then I get stuff like that where like someone was just like super stoked to randomly bump into me while they were at their workplace. Just and I think that kind of stuff is very humbling and it kind of opens up my eyes to where we're at because I sometimes think of myself as not as large of a creator as we're getting to at this point where I'm not like freaking Queso or Jinxie or any of these guys that are just top 0.0001%. And it's easy as a creator to see that like yourself in comparison. And it's not that you're jealous, it's just like I'm not there. So I'm not a big creator. But then like you get out in public and every once in a while you bump into somebody at freaking Walmart or a burger place or the airport when I went out to fly out to my editor's place. Like I was at the airport and somebody said something when he was literally about to miss his damn flight. Like it's just it's so cool. It blows your mind, you know? It's wild. It's wild. So I was gonna say Farkle is nice. When you were doxxed, did you go to your dad to get help and understanding on how to deal with it? Since he's a cop, it'd probably be a good resource. Yeah, 100%. It's a really
We
smart.
talked about it a few times.
Yeah, pretty much every time it happened.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, pretty much every time it happened, he was one of the first people I called. Where I called local PD and hey, I don't know that it's ever going to progress into anything serious, but just know this happened. And there's ongoing investigation of that now too. I've told you guys that too, and that's pretty much all I can say with it because of that. But like, I'll ask him, like, hey, what would you do anything? And basically, his response was, yeah, I'd throw cameras on the house. Other than that, man, don't worry about it. These guys, and this is why I use the phrase like these kids are just sitting in mom's basement. This is where I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go in. Go in.
Well,
The people would love to hear.
I'm a little older, more on the Gen X side. And when I was in high school, if you said a stupid thing, you got punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, and it's one of those, that sitting in the back of trucks, at the drive-in theaters and,
Right.
Kids fighting each other because somebody said something to somebody's girlfriend and stuff like that. But yeah, in the current society, if you will, with social media and stuff, people can say whatever they want.
Yep.
And
Without consequence.
and there isn't repercussion. I mean, there's even, well, you can do it anonymously. You can do this. You can do that. And it's unfortunate for everybody. And I think more than anything, it's really unfortunate for the people that do it
Yeah.
because they don't have a good understanding of connection and friends. And we have, so the social media platforms that, my agency runs, everyone, and there's a lot of like laws and things to where if you're going to allow comments, you can never delete comments and stuff like that,
Mhm.
unless they're very, like offensive to ethnicity and stuff like that. But it's one of those where, you'll see people post things and you're like, are you serious?
Did you think about this at all before you said it? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just it's unfortunate. And I kind of feel bad for the people that if that's how you're going to spend your time, what, oh man, it's nice outside. It's a beautiful day.
It's hot as crap, but
yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's warm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been hot in the last little while, but
Yeah,
maybe go out in the morning. Go
yeah.
soak up some sunlight. Yeah.
Yeah. What about your friends? What about your life? What about the amount of time sometimes that people spend being negative?
Yep.
If they would take half of that time and I don't know, get a job, go to work, or just Just
Hell,
be
go to the
go
gym.
help somebody. Go to the gym.
Yeah, go do something
Yeah.
for yourself.
Oh my gosh. If people were to spend we would have a society of jacked people.
It's true.
If people took
Obesity problem solved.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, half the negativity time. Yeah, we're gonna go to the gym. Yeah, Gold's Gym. They wouldn't even have, and somebody I'm sure knows statistics on it. The gym, they actually don't have enough space if everybody came to the gym.
Yep.
They know, like, hey, if we have 100 memberships, except for January 1st through the 15th, only whatever 30% are even going to show up,
Yep.
But I feel bad for people that's all they do, And I think we all joke about, well, they just living in their mom's basement and blah blah blah. Well, I think some kids, well, they're living in their mom's basement. Maybe they're going to school. Maybe they're, and I get that. But
Oh, yeah.
the kids just have no drive, no desire, and mom make me a Pop-Tart kind of vibe, and I'm
Yeah.
it's just
When are my pizza rolls coming, Mom?
yeah, that's it
Yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah, there's what's one of the movies they had, Free Guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you got the guy that's the I don't know, high level guy in the game or whatever, and
Yeah,
always
he's
yelling
screaming at his mom.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
that
Yeah.
kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad for some of the folks that are at that level in life.
No doubt in my mind. Yo, Robert Rayhart, thanks for the prime, man. I appreciate it, dude. Why are you two not jacked then? It's a good question. So I think that like jacked is a definition too. Like, are you talking like there's a lot of different definitions. Like I had to learn that early on when I started going to the gym. My goal is not to be freaking Captain America. My goal is to be healthier. So when I'm running around after my kids, I'm not winded. Straight up. But I don't want to have to. And I told Dad this story. I'll tell you guys this one too. This was when I was carrying Arthur, and my oldest son. We were out walking around. He fell. Just little guy. He's not old at this point, so he fell forward. Just happened to. It happens. It's kids. They do this. But he smacked himself in the forehead, right about here, like right, where my hairline is gone, right here, and he started to bleed a little bit. Anybody that knows anything about head wounds, they just bleed. Like it doesn't matter. It could be the smallest freaking thing, and they just bleed. So I panicked because I didn't know that at that time, and he was bleeding pretty good, but it was a tiny little incision. I'm like, good Lord, what happened to this dude? So I picked him up, and I had to run. I would say it was no more than a half a mile, probably closer to a quarter. And I sprinted it. It was not, I didn't know what was going on. So I was fully sprinting. And I got to the door and I borderline collapsed and was yelling for Rachel, like, come get Arthur. But I was out of breath. And that was like a moment where I went, no, I'm not going to fucking live like this the rest of my life. I'm not doing it. It's not, my kids deserve more than this. And so for me, that was the wake up call. And that's what pushed me to start working on my health. And it's been a journey. It's been figuring out what my problems were because it's, I like how Higher Up Wellness, I showed you one of his things. And I think I actually showed you his viral one where he says, you guys don't have a thyroid problem. You don't have a whatever problem. You have a fucking elbow problem. It's because every time your elbow bends, your fucking mouth opens. And it's like,
That's
huh, it's simple. And he's like, of course there's medical stuff, but like with all that aside, it's, it's so true because like, that is ultimately all of our problem at some core level, whether you want to go on keto, whether you want to, again, there's medical exemptions. I get that, all that notwithstanding, there's all these different ways you can go about losing weight. But at the end of the way, and this is something you talked to me about, it's a lifestyle thing. You have to change how you're living on a regular basis because anybody can push themselves for 60 to 90 days and lose a load of weight by just not eating. But that's not a healthy or sustainable way to do it because on the other side of that 60 to 90 days, you're right back to maple donuts and, not Quest chips, right? You're back to big bag of Doritos and a dozen donuts in front of you. And you're back to fat. And it's like, I just don't want that for my kids, man. My oldest one's starting to get into sports and stuff. And I'm like, I want to be present. I want to be in the backyard helping him get better at what he wants to do. And I don't want to be the dad that's like, no, I can't, man. I'll get out of breath. And no, I'm going to get outside and I'm going to spend time with my kids. So that's important to me for sure.
Oh, I love this. And I appreciate how this guy kind of wrote it on here.
Yeah.
Kind of First Amendment.
Yeah.
Getting punched for words and stuff. And you know what? For what I do, I have obviously a lot of people that disagree with things and would go to jail and everything else. And I have had dozens and dozens of people literally in handcuffs in the back of my car thank me
Mhm.
Like, dude, thanks for being so nice. Thanks for being so respectful and everything. And I think that's kind of the line just of when we talk about First Amendment and stuff.
Yep.
I trust me, spent time in the Marine Corps at American flag. I totally agree. But it's one of those, the term civil discourse.
Yep.
And that's what it comes down to when we take a step back and say civil. And it's awesome that we're in the free country where people can have the different opinions and
Yeah.
stuff. It is amazing. But it's just, yeah, it's a civil discourse, actually talking about things, not being rude about stuff.
Right.
And I really appreciate even some of the college classes I took. Those are always fun
Mm-hmm.
when you get the different sides of things. And it's, we have some friends and some lean left, some lean right.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great discourse. And that's when you can actually just talk about it. So,
Yeah.
I like I said, I kind of appreciate how they put
Brought up the
that
First
on there.
Amendment. Yeah. Because that's a really good point. Because but it's also actions have consequences.
Mhm.
I think that's a lot of it too. Is like, and I think that's ultimately what the core of the "you've never been punched in the mouth" statement
Mhm.
comes from. Is it's like it's less about you said something I don't like, so I'm going to punch you.
Yeah.
It's more about you are disrespectful directly towards me. There's a difference between saying, I don't know, we're going to use something very, 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 very G-rated. Like, we're going to talk about pineapple on pizza. All right. We'll pick on that one too, right?
Well, I don't know. That might start a
that
fight.
might start a fight. Yeah, that's true.
totally-
Yeah. Because you aren't a pineapple on pizza guy, right? Or can you kind of sometimes mess with it?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind.
Yep,
You can
I don't
tolerate
mind
it.
it.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good with it.
I'm
Yep.
pretty against it. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
not.
Like,
And
it's a violation of morality.
yeah, I'm like,
Yes,
I'm like,
that's
no, what are we doing? And it's funny because my father-in-law, he'll like whenever I order pizza for like the guys group, I'll be like, yeah, we get order pizza. You guys, what do you want? And he'd be like, I want pineapple on the pizza, and I want you to carry that one. Because he just wants to be petty, right? And it's funny, we all have a good laugh. But in all seriousness, using that as an example, right? There's a very big difference between saying, and again, this is kind of a silly example because no one's gonna freaking throw hands over pizza. But and if you do, God, I feel for you. But if someone says to you, like, yeah, I don't really care for pineapple on pizza, and they go, yeah, you know what, I like it for whatever reason. I just enjoy the flavor. I enjoy the way it complements the ham that I put on there, et cetera, et cetera. They defend their spot, and you're like, well, you know what? I just can't stand the taste of pineapple. But then if I say you're a fucking moron because you like that, you should fucking die for it. It's like, that's
Wait, what?
problem solved. All right, it's just
Yeah.
we aren't doing this. So it's one of those things. Like, I think that's the difference. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
Yep. The question that I'm not even gonna go down the road. This is gonna be your generic answer. You're not gonna like. What are your thoughts on the morality of the death penalty? Whoa, that is so deep, and that is a 5-hour discussion in a coffee shop with like 6 different people, and you still don't come down to a resolution.
mm-mm.
And that's one of those. Luckily, the people that I have dealt with that have killed people that have been in my patrol car, well, that's not my call.
Yep.
I turn them over to this is, sorry, I'm not going to address thing, but yeah, I drop them off at the jail and the court system deals with it.
Yep, it's out of your hands.
And the jury and
The
how
system that
it's
we
set up.
hopefully have in place well enough to make it work. Yep.
Yep, that's it too.
Yeah, that is getting. Oh, there's a lot of. It's funny too. I dollated because I know you're one of my trolls and I love it. But like she said that is getting clipped out of context, right? What I was saying there for a minute. Of course it is. Like, I used to really care about. I used to skirt around the edge of like people clipping stuff. The reality is, no matter how much you do that, people will find it, or they'll make it because AI is really easy to do that with now. Especially with how much of an online presence I have and how much yapping I do. You guys can sample my voice in just about any way you want. I'm not trying to give you guys any ideas, but they're out there. And we all know that at this point. And this is why I'm always telling you guys you got to check your damn sources. When people are clip farming me and they do that, I just don't care. It pays my bills. We make a killing because you guys can't stop running your mouth. Please continue running your mouth. I don't care. I still sleep really well at night. And I wake up next to my beautiful bride and have my children that love me. I'm good. I don't care. So it's kind of one of those things that I think about a lot when it comes to the clipping it out of context. Yeah, the Emma Frost AI picture is a great example. I dollated. Emma Frost is Marvel Cinematic. Well, not cinematic. I should clarify. Marvel Universe. She's a villain, correct, chat? I don't know. Show him. I'm not showing him that shit. No, because it'll burn into your corneas for the rest. It's a mesh of my current profile picture on social media with a chick. Because you could look up Emma Frost on your phone if you want at some point.
Yeah.
And just try not to picture that meshed with me.
Okay.
She's like almost everything in Marvel Rivals, the game, right, that I've been
Right.
playing the last little while. Almost all of it's very hypersexualized.
Okay.
Hypersexualized.
Okay.
So
So like Boulder's Gate.
yeah, to a degree, I would
Yeah,
say it's
yeah.
probably the same way. Yeah.
Yep.
And so if you look up Emma Frost on your phone there, try not to envision that meshed with me because someone used AI to do it. And it was like, huh, man, I'd smash. It's just like,
Let's see. Emma Frost.
yep. Exaggerated proportions. It's a crazy
You
statement.
figure that's exaggerated proportions. Come on, that's completely natural.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah,
I feel
okay.
that well.
Okay, that's exaggerated. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
oh my God. And Emma's actually probably the most casual one.
Oh,
Most
really?
tame.
Oh,
Especially
wow,
depending on
okay.
which skin she was wearing. If she's in her default, she's one of the most tame ones in the game.
Her default.
Yeah, the default. Because they
The
have
default skin.
well, there's a summer skin where she's wearing a swimsuit.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Which
They
is
gotta make
good
their
to
money.
good to wear into battle.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's very
that's-
practical.
I always there was one of the Boulder's Gate. It might have been I think it was the first one. The first Boulder's Gate. There's one of the female characters in there.
Mhm.
And yeah, you have like the big burly guy that swings axes and everything. And they're wearing all kinds of stuff. And the highest level armor that you can get for the girl is like a mini skirt. You're like, okay, wait a second. How is her armor class up like 40 now? I don't understand.
Listen, I'm all for women power, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go off. But like, what? Yeah.
Something
Talk about the
doesn't seem
Captain
right.
America skin. Oh my God, you'll love it. You'll have a good laugh at that. Okay, I will tell them about that.
Okay.
So Captain America, Captain America is
Oh, yeah.
easy to understand. So they made him a summer skin where he's in basically a unitard, like you would in wrestling.
Nice.
But they made his bulge so large that when he sat down in a chair, it went through the chair. And then somebody pointed it out, and the clip went viral. And they went, oh, so as we like to say, they nerfed him. They pulled his cap power down a little bit. And so the Domina bunny skin. All right, we aren't going to get into Domina, chat. That's a sensitive spot. No, I bought it. Okay, I don't buy skins. It's not my thing.
Right.
Free to play game.
Yeah.
I'll support it. I'm a content creator. I bring people to it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Whatever. There was a skin set that was all bunny suits for different characters in Overwatch, different game.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Free
Wait-
game vibe.
Yeah,
Pink gunny.
yes, yeah, seriously.
Pink bunny suit.
pretty
Yeah.
easy to understand.
Yeah.
Well, Domina is like as the name implies, she's like a high class. In her lore, she's like a very high class CEO type. That's just
Okay.
very boss bitch. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
very, you know what I'm saying?
Walks around with RBF all the time.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely. Very
Okay.
confident, full of herself.
Okay.
And she had this like bunny skin that I bought. Well, the thing is, game's first person, so all I'm looking at is the gun. The other people on my team are distracted, is what I'm thinking, right? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe they'll leave me a second. No,
Not-
it didn't
not
work
pay
that way.
attention. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, the art was really good. But like in comparison to like Rivals, we teasingly refer to the Marvel Rivals skins as Gooner skins. Gooner being jacking off.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm like
Okay.
it's the same thing.
Okay.
Because let's see, because on Twitter it was the only thing I saw. Must have been a mod I saw. I don't even know anymore, bro. Did that thing also have jiggle physics? I wouldn't. I wish. Okay, Chad, come on. Let's calm down. What are we doing? Deadlock at least doesn't have skins yet, so he won't run into that issue. That's the game I'm playing when I get back. So
Which one is that?
So Deadlock is like, what League of Legends is vaguely.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's a MOBA is what the format is. League of
Okay.
Legends is a MOBA.
MOBA.
And
Sorry, this is where my ignorance.
we
comes
start
in, guys.
educating. I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
that's- yeah.
Deadlock is a MOBA, but it's instead of like a top down like RTS stuff.
okay.
It's a over the shoulder third person shooter.
Okay.
And I'm not a big fan of third person shooters in my experience.
Right.
It's part of why I didn't care for Marvel Rivals that much.
Okay.
But there were a lot of other things that pulled me away from Rivals personally. The third person was just one of the things, and it was small. But Deadlock is I played it once when it was early access last year in April, and I tried it. The only thing I didn't like is it didn't have training wheels, as I would put it, where like a brand
Okay.
new player, MOBAs especially are incredibly difficult to get into.
So like me, I need training wheels.
Yeah, you need training wheels. Yeah, 100%.
Training wheels.
Yeah, well, and even like League of Legends, right? Like in a MOBA, you have a build. So you have items that as you play the game, you farm coins, you get better items that boost your abilities to make you stronger. Similar concept to like an RPG. Okay. And but there's different items that will boost different parts of your strengths and weaknesses. So there's like especially in League of Legends, there's I don't know, chat, thousands of items that, and some of them will be completely useless to your character, so you don't want those. But how do you know? Well, League has stuff built in that teaches you, like, hey, here's an example build you can use that will actually make you useful, or you
Okay.
can expand. There's community servers online. You can go find, like, this is the best build for this hero right now.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so, but Deadlock just didn't have any of that at that time. And I felt like that was kind of a disservice because I don't mind learning that, but there's going to be a whole, like, especially the generation below me, they need the training wheels. It's not that they're
Oh,
bad
yeah.
at video games, it's that they don't want to learn.
Yep.
Their attention spans are so short that, like, you're going to lose an entire group of people that you may not otherwise lose if you just had some basic training wheels.
Okay.
So that was my one criticism of the game. Literally the only one, because other than that, I remember. Chat, you guys might remember and be able to tell me otherwise. But like, I thought the game was awesome. Other than that, it was a lot of fun.
right.
I could see it being a very long time game for me. But get your dad to play Deadlock with you and call the stream Dadlock. That'd be actually kind of funny.
That would be interesting.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, I think it'd be
Is
great.
it cross-platform?
I don't know. Is it cross? Do you guys know? Is it cross platform? I have no idea. Rivals is slop compared to Deadlock. Deadlock is a gourmet meal compared to other MOBAs. There's a good way to
Gourmet meal.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's
gourmet meal.
yeah, dude, the gamers have some
I
great.
like it.
Yeah, this
I
is the
like
same
it.
guy that thought Red Alert was good though, so we might actually have
Okay.
a base.
He might actually.
We
have
might actually have something
then.
going
I might
there,
have
yeah.
to lean into that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
Deadlock broke my 4,000 hour addiction from League of Legends, which League of Legends, I don't know if you know, it's like top 3 games consistently for esports.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
by viewership, revenue, pretty much every measurable statistic, League of
You
Legends
guys
just
talk about these, 4,000 hours, and I'm like, some of the drug culture folks that I deal with, and some of the addictions, and some of that, I'm like, dude, that's a lot of time.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's a lot.
Man.
Did I ever go pro in Overwatch? No, you are way behind. There's a few chapters you've missed, my friend. But no.
But hey, watch the videos.
Yeah, watch them if you
And
want to catch up.
subscribe,
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's pennies, man, but I'll take the pennies, It's PC only because it's only on Steam. Okay, so yeah, it is only PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy your dad a PC, do short idea. There you go. Fly out my deal, build my dad like a whole
That's it.
setup.
Yep.
I mean, I've been, so where any of you guys that had cameos from that sale or even in the last little while, I've been borrowing his office. So you guys have seen like the background of there if you've seen any of the cameos that have come out in the last week and a half. So, yeah, his office is actually kind of cool. I like the way, like the decor of it's really good. The ergonomics are good when I imagine you actually have your stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because he's got like a monitor mount that's there. And I noticed he had an Ethernet cable ready to be pulled into the back of the computer. Like I pick up on these things.
It's all hard lined. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
great. Yeah, he's got a good little spot out here,
Yeah.
man. It's good.
I'm still stuck on the jiggle physics, man.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You're actually right, Hope. The majority of the player base right now, from what I've seen, is 25 plus. I've yet to see a single kid on Deadlock. Which, the other thing that's really important is like I observed that may have been something that would hold back a younger generation, but they'd also may be very intentional. That is something that I thought about too afterward, was I was like, they may actually not want this young generation on the game, because what I've seen is like what this next generation needs is the Call of Duty stuff. They need the hit, constant dopamine hits,
Oh, yeah.
constant throughout.
Yes.
Because if they don't get it, they're disinterested, man. It's over. And like I played. I've got a lot of you guys know I've got a Nintendo Switch 2, and I bought Pokemon Fire Red, which is a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game from when I was a kid. And it was like $20. I'm like, no, it's offline. I could play it while I'm on our 21 and a half hour drive. That sounds great. Let's do that. And I remembered how like casual and slow games used to feel. It was awesome. Like it was kind of like a
Legend of Zelda.
yeah. I'm gonna break that jar and just kind of chill out for a
Yeah.
second. Like the Pokemon, it's turn based, right? Oh God, you release a turn based game right now? I don't think it succeeds. I think you actually fall apart.
Well, that Baldur's Gate 3.
That's true. It was
We
turn based.
started. It is. Yep. And we actually, because we played through the boulders and we started doing that one, and it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's nice to be like, oh, okay, I got 2 seconds here. I'm not going to get smoked from somewhere. Yeah. Somebody asked about what's my OW main. Yeah. But when you talk about Overwatch, it's something I've never played. I've never done it. And you guys say Overwatch, and I like think back to the Marine Corps, and I'm like, my Overwatch main, like an Apache gunship or
Yeah.
something. That's my Overwatch main. I don't know what you guys are even talking about.
What are you on about,
Yeah,
man?
that's it.
Yeah. No, it's 100%. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Cameo goes hard, chat. You're absolutely right. Like Cameo, a lot of people online that just don't understand that I have Cameo, I think is a lot of it. They'll be like, how in the world is he sustaining a full-time living with his family? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like July was carried by Cameo. Cameo and that like doing that last minute. I mean, we were fine before that, but then like doing that allowed me to order this crap without even really thinking about it. We spent a lot more money out here going shopping for fun. Like it was just kind of fun money. And those things I enjoy doing. Because here's the thing. For a while, I felt gross about it with Cameo. I told Dad about this too. Felt gross. I was like, ew, that's gross. It's a stupid amount of money for realistically not very many hours. Like 2 or 3 hours, I think is what it took me to fly through the ones that I got from the 24-hour sale that I ran. But then I thought, I'm like, okay, but they are getting something for it. That's kind of like the part that I came back to. It's like it still stays to the core of what I believe, which is that primarily should be getting my revenue from the time you guys spend here. I'm always telling you, time is the most valuable asset we have. I really mean that. So that's my number one. I hope that my income stays at least half, if not more. I'd love it to be 100%, but that's ideal, but not probable. 70 to 80% typically does account from just views on videos, straight up. The last chunk of it, what I've always wanted is that it would be you're getting something in exchange for the money you're earning. Because you guys work your ass off at whatever job you work. At least I hope you work hard. I assume you work hard. I assume the best in all of you. But you could spend your money doing anything else. You could spend $20 going out and getting something to eat. You could spend 20, especially in this economy right now, you might not get much for $20. Like there's so many other things you could be doing. So I want to make sure that if you buy merch, right? Merch is a good one too. Merch is one of those things. You spent money, you got something from it. Freshen Up Energy. If you use my code HOPE at checkout for 20% off your order, you get something in return for it. I get a little bit of a kickback. When I ran the Fine stuff, when I was doing their microphones, which by the way, the amount of you that don't know that's actually how you're supposed to pronounce it, I agree it's weird, but like that's how it's pronounced. When I ran that stuff with them, I got a few commissions from people buying the microphone based on my recommendation. Those things I don't feel gross about because like, no, you spent money, but you got something for it. And then I also happened to benefit from it. Capitalism. It's like capitalism 101. So, holy shit, you literally are just chatting. The amount of you that don't realize that we were talking about this, I was like, do we need to have prompts? Probably not.
No, we just, if you put us in a room, it's been a lot of late nights, a lot of, yep, just hanging out. And
seriously, we sat out on the back porch with him, one of my two brothers, and my brother's significant other. We all sat out there, and I think Ruth was out there at some point.
Yep, she was out there.
She was out there for a bit, and we were all just sitting out on the patio, just BSing about all kinds of stuff, serious topics, a couple of them, all the way to the lighthearted stuff, and that's just normal. And that's why, I wanted to do this. I didn't really talk about this at the beginning. I kind of meant to. My goal with this stream is to help humanize creators more. I don't really give a shit what people think about me, but there are other creators out there that if they dealt with the amount of BS I receive online, they'd have quit already because it is so much. And I know that I'm self-aware enough to be scrolling through other videos and creators that I enjoy and look in their comment sections. Of course, there's negativity. I don't know what it is about mine, but I have somehow drawn quite a bit of it, and I'm cool with that. It's my bills are still paid. I still go to sleep at night. I'm good. But there are people that if they received the same level of hatred that I have received, they'd have quit already.
We've had guys quit law enforcement
because of the same kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's amazing people and doing an amazing job. They don't. It's one of the, why is this person yelling at me? They're not yelling at you. They're yelling at a badge. They're yelling at a uniform. They're yelling at your beliefs, whatever.
Yeah, it's probably mostly that.
A lot of times, it's not a personal attack. It's just
It's not personal as much as it seems that way. Yeah, but
it does.
But that's exactly. Yeah, it does sometimes feel that way, but it's what I want people to start understanding, especially of those live streamers that you watch that are live streaming for you and giving you entertainment live every single day. I want you to develop a further understanding of what that looks like, because a lot of you guys suggested I IRL streamed my trip. That means I'm putting my kids in there, which was my number one. I'm not doing that. I included them in my content at the beginning of my Overwatch journey, and I regret that deeply because people on the internet are fucking freaks. It's just, I'm just going to say it the way it is. It's not all of you. Don't take that offensively. Yep. But if you take it offensively, man, shoe fits, right? Seriously. I realized later on, I'm like, man, that's probably my biggest regret as a creator was including my kids at their ages. If they're in teenage years and they want to be involved and they express that they want to be part of something, I don't know that I'd put them on camera still, just because, again, what I just said. But I think, yeah, at that point, they have the conscious liberty to make that choice for themselves. Because once you become an internet personality, even if I quit today, whatever I've broadcasted, whatever I've posted is on the internet forever. It didn't go anywhere. So anyway, coming back to that, when to the context, most of the streamers that you know that are streamers are truly streamers. They don't really create videos. They don't have anything else going on in their life. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If that's what they want, that's a good thing for them. Some of these guys are making millions of dollars a day. Like, it's crazy the amount of money these guys are making.
Yeah.
I mean, how else do they sustain? Oh, you look at like iShowSpeed, right? This guy, do you know who that is at all? He's a creator that is very, very, very popular. He's traveling all over the world. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, many of you will know this better than I do. I believe his goal is to visit every country in the world.
Yeah.
And like
Is there 166 countries or something?
something like that. And he's been through a lot of them. And he doesn't just go through. He's like hanging out, experiencing the culture,
Oh, nice.
streaming it, like sharing different cultures and stuff. I think it's awesome. I don't get to watch as much because, again, it's all the time. I wouldn't be able to catch up. But it's just one of those things, man, where I'm like,
195.
195 countries in the world. Yeah.
Yep.
If any person on Twitter that would get the 10% of hate you receive daily would just deactivate. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I do. They just log onto the computer and click start streaming. That's easy. So much hate. Yeah, right. That's all they do. What does your dad's shirt say? That's embrace the suck.
Yep.
And what does it mean? We will probably answer that question a lot, but the short version.
Do something hard in your life.
Yep.
And embrace it. Lean into it.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to go to boot camp. I don't want to go through this academy. I don't want to
go to the gym. I don't want
to get sprayed with pepper spray. I don't want to get hit with a taser. I don't want to run up that hill. I don't want to I don't want to leave the basement and walk around the block. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't listened to some of David Goggins' stuff, it's a fun story to listen to.
Yeah.
Because he kind of started in a very low place and built to where he is now. But yeah, just do hard things. That's all
Yep,
it really
that's
is
it.
about.
Right. Yep. That's exactly it. We did an FAQ for just this stream. Embrace the suck, do hard things in your life, and embrace it. Also deadlocked August 10th. True. That's true. Yo, Joey, thanks for the gifted sub, man, over to Grody. Hope you enjoy the benefits of your sub, man. And I think a little while ago there was a Prime. I'm sorry, I don't have my normal setup. Blake Rayhart, bro, I appreciate that, man, for real. Thank you for the support, dude.
Okay, you're speaking Greek again.
So that's the Greek there. So that's gifting a sub on Twitch is revenue. So that's like they're spending, in this case, if they gift, well, each sub a tier. Okay, back. There's 3 tiers of subs.
He's got to take it down real low for me, guys.
We're explaining it.
We're talking Marine Corps cran mentality here, okay? It's going to take
this to me
second.
like I'm 5.
I apologize. Yeah.
But the basically they're on Twitch specifically. YouTube has a different thing that's similar, but on Twitch you have a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 sub.
Okay.
They increase in cost. I receive 50% of that cost.
Oh, okay.
And generally speaking, tier 1 is what you see. Tier 2 and tier 3, it's like $10 and $25 a month.
Okay.
So I don't have any specific benefits to those. I encourage people that are going to spend that much to go over to my Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get immensely better benefits there. And I also receive more of it. It's a 50-50 split with Twitch. On Patreon, it's like a 93-7. I receive 93% of it. It's a staggering difference. But anyway, tier 1s. So if they use a Prime sub, Prime is Amazon Prime. Amazon owns Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
And you can link the 2 accounts. And then you get
Amazon not own anything anyway.
Seriously, good question. Probably not.
Yeah. I got those Zooks cars in Vegas now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so they own Amazon. Owning Twitch allows them to combine Amazon Prime with your Twitch account.
Oh, okay.
And then you get every 30 days you get a free sub as a benefit of being a Prime member.
Yeah.
So when people use their Prime sub here, it's just what that is. And then gifting a sub, you can actually gift the benefits of a subscription to someone else randomly in the chat if you want to. Spend $5, it randomly goes to somebody. It algorithmically kind of chooses this person's and subbed is here all the time.
Oh.
It's cool. It gives them ad-free viewing on Twitch, which is a big deal. That's kind of one of the big pros of it.
Okay.
And then you're supporting a creator you like.
Okay. What? People don't like ads?
I guess.
Oh, telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back and watch old TV stuff, man. Yeah.
That's when you ran to the bathroom when the ads came on. I don't know.
Yeah, weird.
I don't know how people go pee anymore.
Right.
I suppose you hit pause. Yeah.
Right, exactly. How many crayons went up that nose in the Marines?
Oh, yeah. It's the favorite color. That's the
That's
biggest.
the real thing. Yeah, you gotta
That's
have
the
a favorite
biggest
color.
question. Yeah,
Yeah.
every Marine has to have a favorite color crayon. I lean into red,
Sure.
but yeah,
Can you
it's
tell?
yeah,
It's not his room, but
that's it.
we're here.
That's
So
it too.
that's funny.
So
Do I work out?
actually, have you ever? There's a friend got it 2 Christmases ago. A guy I work with, he shows up. He's like, "Hey, I couldn't order this in the summer. They won't send it in the summer." And I was like,
What?
"Okay." And it's called CRE. So if you
Crayons
search
ready to eat.
crayons ready to eat, it's literally comes in like an MRE, a meal ready to eat looking bag, and they're chocolate crayons. That's why they couldn't send them in the
Because it
summer.
would melt.
And dude, it was some of the best chocolate I have ever had. It was so good.
That's
Yep, yeah.
hilarious.
Anyway, moving on.
That's
So-
that's fantastic. Are you sponsored by Celsius? No, I just enjoy their beverages, man. And honestly, the only reason I don't have Freshen Up with me is because I didn't bring any. I didn't want to bring it through and the powder everywhere. But yeah, the peach vibe. You guys know the peach vibe. And now that I've said it, some of you are going to spam that. But it won't show up here, so we don't have the extension, so you won't be able to see it. So that's sad. But you know what it is. Yeah, see that? My dollar.it's already on it. Do I work out often? And if so, what is the routine? I have a 3-day workout split, Joey. And I have it on my phone. My phone's currently the camera. I'd show it to you. I've only done it for about 2 weeks at this point, because prior to that, I was focusing on where 90% of weight loss occurs, which is in the kitchen, and really forming habits that were better with food. A lot of you guys make fun of me for eating a maple donut on occasion. It's 290 calories from Walmart. I know it off the top of my head because I log it. As long as I stay under 1,900 calories in the day, I'm in a deficit and I can eat whatever the hell I want. The difference is you feel less satiated from a donut, right? I mean, it's cold hard reality. You want to eat 290 calories of something with higher protein, you're going to feel a lot more full than you do with a donut. But it's okay to enjoy life sometimes. So,
Funny, you're talking about them giving you a hard time for eating a donut.
Mhm.
You get this for me.
yeah.
So much worse.
I mean, I show up with a dozen donuts every time I come out here. Just as a joke. I'm like, I know you took time off work, but here you go.
Yep. For the first, it was years. You could never. There was not a single picture anywhere of me in a uniform with a donut. Would not happen. And yep, I taught dare for a little while, and when I was with the city, and there was one I had actually got in a fight and broke my arm, so I was not in a uniform. But yeah, the kids actually got me to eat a donut there, and that
Yeah,
was,
for the fun.
yeah. Ruth took a picture of it. I got it somewhere.
Yeah, you'll have to find that. I gotta see that. So, how's the weight loss journey going? It's stagnated. It hasn't gotten. I haven't gained weight.
A vacation doesn't help.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I mean, like it's not that I completely removed the brakes, but like I also did allow, since I've been here, because a lot of you guys know I'm really big on like not drinking my calories. Like this Celsius is 10 calories, 10 for the whole thing, right? I drink Mountain Dew Zero because it's got 0 calories. I like all of those things add up, and you drink your calories. Most of you are probably drinking most of your calories. You'd be amazed. It doesn't even matter. You may not. Oh, I don't drink soda. I drink juice. Look at your juice. Seriously, look at the juice, the apple juices and stuff. It's crazy. So because I'm not a huge fan of water, just straight up water, can't do it. I have a hard time with it. I'd rather be at least hydrated. So we do a lot of Mountain Dew Zero, Celsius and stuff like that. And while I've been here, I've allowed myself a couple of like the full sugar Mountain Dews.
Oh yeah.
Mountain Dew Voltage. You had a couple of those downstairs, and I haven't had a Voltage in a while. I'm like, that looks good. I'd like to have one of those. I've had a couple Angry Orchards, and I still have those too. Like sometimes you guys will tune into my Dark Souls streams, which by the way, if you haven't, those are like peak content. I'm constantly raging because I'm terrible at that game. My brother-in-law finally, he was watching my more recent one. He goes, all right, when you get back, I'm going to teach you. It's irritating me watching you play this game. So, but anyway, I do a little
Teach
drinking.
you how to play the game or find your chi?
Yeah, well, probably both.
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, release all of the sounds that are trapped inside you. So yeah, that's pretty bad. If I tried Drizzlicious snacks, can you translate that to English? I don't know what you're talking about. How about do I think rank inflation has gotten an Overwatch? I haven't played Overwatch. I have no idea. I mean, I have, but not recently. It's been a while. Have I ever gotten into Valorant? I tried Valorant for a very short window. Had a few friends that were into it. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a huge tac shooter kind of guy. That's why I like Rainbow Six Siege or Valorant or CS or any of that stuff. It's just not my thing. Just not my thing. So,
Drizzleicious snacks.
You Googling it?
Yeah, you can find anything on Amazon.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
You can.
that's pretty and filing on it. I have no. To me, it looks like just normal bags of stuff. I'd have to look into it.
Yeah, and super low calorie snacks, basically, and you can eat a decent amount of them.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. No, I haven't. So I'll say like I've tried to more or less curb my snacking because that, as much as you can get better quality snacks, it's still snacking, which at the end of the day is a bad habit. Snacking itself is not bad. It's just how much of it you do. So like my lunches are essentially a couple of snacks. I do a Bear Bells protein bar. You guys know about this because I eat them so much on stream, and then Quest protein chips. It's one of each of those. I've started to incorporate more whole foods now. So I have like an apple. I just cut it. It's come on stream. We eat those 3 things, and then I'm good. On occasion, there's a maple donut. When my wife went grocery shopping, decided to surprise me with a donut. Right on. But other than that, it's those things, and those snacks. They work out well. So, does your father play video games? We talked about this a little bit earlier. Maybe you weren't here for it, but yeah.
Yep. I do wish I had more time for him, and yeah, that's my youngest. Yeah, that's David's brother. That's we go through and play, and that's right now we're trying to get through the Baldur's Gate, and yeah.
No, really, with your youngest one?
Yeah,
Oh,
because we
okay.
went through and we played all. We finished 1, and we went on to 2, and we've only bought it in the last 3 months. That Boulder, and it's a different vibe.
Completely.
So
well, that one went
yeah.
wildly viral. It was super popular when it came out.
Yeah,
and I remember thinking about you because I believe you and Ruth played the first 2.
Yeah,
I have vague memories of you guys
when you
playing
were
that.
young. We actually finished the first 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right. We
Yep.
did.
You did that. I was going to say because it was upstairs with that. I have very clear memories of that.
Yep.
So,
we did. That's right.
That's not true. Just have self-control. Oh, you're responding to somebody else. Yeah, snacking is bad. It traps you into BS, even if you try to control yourself. Okay, so everything in moderation is important. I understand, but what I'm seeing is like 2 extremes. There's 2 extremes, as is true with most things, and neither extreme is healthy, which is also usually true. So finding that balance of like, the balance in between, right? It's funny because like I'll do that. We'll talk about political stuff on occasion on stream, and I'll be talking about how neither side is doing this well, and everybody's like, "Quit being a fence sitter." Would you just? I'm like, no, I'm conservative. I'll tell you straight out, I'm conservative. I voted for Trump. I think he's made some poor decisions, just like every other president has. And I think that he's done some things he didn't campaign on that I'm like, missing something, but okay. Like, I don't pretend to know it all. I don't have enough time to know it all. So it's like, okay, so yeah, all those things are true. But at the same time, I can also recognize whether or not, A, I made a mistake, B, if it was, whatever. I can be,
excuse me.
I can be incredibly, stupid and make bad decisions. We all do. But one of the things that's really interesting is that the extremes are the problem. But then when you start to be more central, people call you a fence sitter. It's like they expect you to be on one extreme or the other because that's how polarized we are. When you aren't polarized on one extreme or the other, and I'm not talking like the 10% extreme, just to be really clear, because I don't think most people are. You should be. I think that there's the 10% of the entirety. If we look at the entirety of the population of the United States, we say there's 10% that are extreme. You split that in half, and they're on each side. Then you have the remaining 90%. And I would say of that 90%, inarguably, of that 90%, 2/3 of it probably fairly centered. Probably almost for sure. The vast majority of people that I've met, they lean one way or the other slightly. But when you talk to them, you find things like, oh, that's not conservative. That's a fairly liberal thing to think. Okay. Oh, that's not liberal. That's a fairly conservative thing to think. Shocker, shocker. Neither side of this argument has it perfect. And I think that everybody's got some like predisposition to the idea that you have to be on one side or the other. And it has to be on, if we're saying that, visually speaking, this is the spectrum and this is that section of people that I think are probably the majority that are around the middle, they almost expect you to be on the sides of where my hands are rather than within them. And I just don't.
I think good civil discord, people are on the fence more than you realize.
Oh, almost always.
Because if you're willing to listen to both sides, at some point, you're going to end up on the fence and just listening, and you may hop back off and get back on your side, which is fine.
Yeah.
Or you may go, it's just, again, it's good discussion, good conversation, and
right.
Yeah.
This idea that there should be shame in being a fence sitter is just odd to me, and it is. It's very strange because like
that means you're open to hear.
It means
both
you're
sides.
listening.
That's really what that means. You're listening to both sides before you make a determination, which is yeah,
Right. Right. And
yeah.
if you have your convictions, there's nothing wrong with having convictions. I think that people should have more of them.
Hmm.
But even I have some pretty clear convictions in my life that have a lot to do with my faith. But I still listen to people. I mean, I won't out the person, but I went out with someone for breakfast this morning that's in my family that now identifies as the opposite gender of what they were born with, and has gone very, like, I'm short of therapies, right? Has gone down that path. I don't care. Still sat down and had breakfast. We didn't even really talk about it much. I asked how I could be respectful because this person uses a different name now than what they were born with, what I've known them as their entire life. And I was like, what can I do to be respectful towards you without compromising my own stuff too? And of course I didn't say it that way, but that was what I was trying to walk out. And this person knows me well enough to know where my beliefs are. And it was like, no, I do your best as long as you're not being outright disrespectful for no reason. I don't care. You're going to call me by my given name originally. That's because you've known me that way. You're going to call me by my given gender because you've known me that way. And that's true of another relative that I have who's more in like the non-binary situation, right? And it's like, okay, I'm going to do my best, but God, give me grace because this is something that I don't understand how to navigate yet. It's still new to me.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that that's, regardless of my convictions, I can see somebody as human and say, it doesn't matter what I feel, believe, or think. You're a human no matter what. And I'm going to treat you that way. You could be wearing the most horrifying thing in the world, but if you've got a hole in your shirt and I've got a shirt on that doesn't have a hole in it, I might give you the shirt, be like, yeah, it's cold out. Please take this. I'll go get a different shirt. Because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be like, so who'd you vote for? No, you're cold. Here. It's just, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
really
funny you mention that because yeah, you think about at that level, at the base level of humanity.
Mm.
Yeah, that's never when we deal with people who are homeless or need help, or where I spent time in San Francisco working with the PD or in Mesa, and some of these folks that we deal with are destitute and hurting. It's funny you mentioned that, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually never ever crossed my mind. Which side of the aisle are you on?
Before I help you.
It
Yeah, no
doesn't
one does that.
matter. Well, it's funny you mention it because it's so duh.
Yeah.
You're like, huh? Yeah, yeah. Never thought about it.
Mhm.
So yeah, learn something new every day.
That's true. Give me your shirt game and I want to see you shirtless. Okay, how about we chill?
What?
Adulated. Why is it always you? Why are you the number one clipper? Hold on a minute. You have a badge next to your name that shows you are the number one clipper right now.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means that they're clipping our content right
Clipping.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Grabbing some clips.
Okay,
Idolated.
that's all right.
What are we sharing? Give me some royalties. We'll have a conversation. So, politics nowadays are just for show. Half the shit I see just feels like I'm watching a sitcom. Yeah, to a large degree.
Well played.
It's a dog and pony show.
Well played.
I mean, what was I watching
Is
with
it
this?
a serious or a comedy though?
Yeah,
you
it's-
know,
I don't know,
is it
yeah.
a drama, a comedy? Where
We don't
at?
know, and it
Yeah.
depends on the day, I think.
And
But
I
like,
think so too.
But like this whole Fauci trial thing, man, it's just for fucking show, man. Like, and here's the thing, like, again, here's a great example. You guys know I'm conservative. I lean heavily conservatively. And most of the people interrogating Dr. Anthony Fauci are conservative. I still think they're a bunch of fucking morons. They don't know what they're supposed to be asking. And I will say that I think it's really sad that they've still continued to do this, despite the fact that Dr. Anthony Fauci's response is the exact same to every question.
I was
the fifth.
about to say, hey, dude, ask me a question. I don't.
Yeah, right. Ask you something. I plead the fifth because of the whatever.
I don't know what he said.
On the
Well,
advice
it's-
of my legal counsel, I plead the Fifth Amendment. It's like, okay, look, dude, I get it. Like,
when everybody gets spun up on that, and you're like,
but he isn't wrong to feel that way, and despite it being
Yeah.
pardoned. Despite
Yeah.
it's just, and again, why are we even doing this? Like, what's the point? Can we just move the fuck on and spend our time doing something that benefits us now? We can't change what happened. Whether you agree or disagree with how all of COVID was handled does not matter. I disagree with a lot of it blatantly. I'll be really blunt and say it. But that doesn't mean that I can change anything that happened.
there was a book I was listening to, and it was one of the recent ones. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And one of the terms was, so what, now what? And it's one of those realistically, and I deal with that a lot in my job, where we get on a scene and we're like, okay, so what? We don't care about how we got here. It's now what?
Yeah.
How are we going to deal
Are
with
you
it
bleeding out?
right
Can we
now?
deal with you? Yeah.
Yep. And that's kind of the whole, we'll deal with the what happened later. But,
Hmm.
and I think in life, people get so
Yeah.
spun up. It's like, well, so what?
Yeah.
Now what? How are we going to move forward right now? Shots are already downrange. You can't
You
take
can't
things
change
back.
anything. You can't
You
take it
say
back.
something, you do something, you can't take it back. How do you move on?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do like the about kind of like a sitcom, but I'm going to have to start looking at politics
Like that.
is it a
Entertainment.
drama or a comedy today? What are we watching? Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, politics shouldn't change how you view others. We're all human, and it should at least see each other as the same. At least have mutual base level respect for each other. Agree. Yeah.
Yep, totally agree.
Does it raise the camera though?
Yeah.
Well, are you guys checking out our junk? Is that what you guys are doing? You guys being weird? Get some jealousy issues. I don't give a shit. But listen, 4 inches is something to brag about, all right? Like, I don't know why we're so upset. Like, it's fine. But no, I think that it is like you're going on this like whole political thing because like I've hesitated for a long time to talk about it because I think that people they really just want the content from it. They don't actually want to listen. But I also think that there's people that are hearing it, and that's something that I kind of come back to is like when I talk about my faith in Christ, when I talk about my firm beliefs, that the very things that I think probably do get me attacked a lot. It doesn't make me want to back down from it. It makes me want to share it boldly and respectfully, but boldly. And I think that's what's interesting is when you say the word bold, people interpret that as disrespect because boldness has been misconstrued that way. You can be bold about whatever it is you actually believe without being a dick. You can absolutely be firm in your convictions without being disrespectful. These things exist. They're true. Both statements are absolutely valid. So chill, bro. Dad just flaunting his stuff. Would you guys relax? Jesus. These guys are fucking weird.
Well, whatever. Again, it's in my job, the things that I have people say, and
yeah, that's actually kind of a compliment when you
you're
think about
just
it.
like, there's stuff where I'm like, guys, people say stuff, and again, it's one of those, well, if it makes you feel better about yourself, but realistically, I don't know. And reading through some of these comments and stuff, I just kind of laugh.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have been called probably everything and slur and that you can imagine
Yep.
over the last 23 years of my life.
Yep.
And the one I actually started laughing at a guy, he was calling me everything and I just ignore him. He just whatever. But he came to a pause because he wasn't bothering me. And he was just like, you know what? You're just Irish. And I'm like, I actually started laughing.
Yeah. You're like, actually, that's not too far off.
Well, you're right, but that's literally all you got, huh?
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah.
And again, you see some of the comments and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I kind of feel bad for you. You know,
Yeah.
I hope, I don't know, I hope life takes you somewhere amazing, you know?
Yeah,
But
that's it too.
Yeah.
Like even with I talked about it too with my doxer. I know who he is.
yeah,
We have his name. We have his address. I have all that. I don't need to share it with you guys because I don't have any need to. I'm good. I have all that information. I'll let the cops do what they do and the legal system do what it does. My family's good. This kid's going to continue to live in his relative's basement for probably the rest of his life unless he realizes how pathetic he is. And it's one of those things where it's like, but I feel for him too.
Mhm.
I can say all that and still be like, I want you to imagine waking up every day hating someone so much that you go through all this effort to bother them.
it encompasses your life.
It literally
And you're
takes
like,
up
so-
his entire day.
And when
Has to for how much he's doing.
yeah, it's like, hey, it doesn't, all that means the fact that I am running somebody else's life.
Mhm.
That's what that means. I am running your life because you hate me so bad. And it's like, how pathetic is that?
Yeah.
You are allowing somebody else to run your life. It is. And you feel bad for them because people have so much potential.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
If
come
they
on,
put half the
man.
passion
Yeah.
they put, we said this the other day when we were talking about it. Like if this individual, if he put half, 10% even honestly, of the passion that he puts into hating me and spending his day doing what he does towards something beneficial, he could literally, I said if he did all this stuff, like the way I put it is, if he went into the gym, if he got a job, he didn't have one. And I know that, by the way, that's the funny part. I know for a fact he's unemployed. Uh, it's like it's so you go get a job, go to the gym with 10% of the effort that you put into hating me on the internet. You'd probably be the highest performer at your job. You'd probably PR in a few months, like multiple times over. You could become an Olympian if you put 20% in. Like it's crazy the levels. You know what I'm saying? So Cad Bane, by the way, good to see you back, dude. 23 months of Prime. 23 months in a row he's used his Prime.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah, Cad Bane's been around even longer than that.
Part of me is like, maybe I should do that.
Yeah, it's good time.
Yeah.
Oh, father-in-law's here, by the way. You can say hi if you want.
Oh, hey, dude, what's happening?
So, haters are always trapped in a bubble. It's a self-reflection. It's projection. Yeah, that's what I've always thought. Like, and this is what's crazy. So I told you guys that I was having some issues mentally, and I'm like, I'm gonna go see a therapist, deal with that. I've been very open about that because I think people should be when you have to go through that. Unless it's super personal, you just really don't feel comfortable. I get it, but I think that more people being comfortable sharing that they went to therapy and had some results is probably good because it helps people feel confident in going. So I went because I was wondering if I might actually have some ADHD or OCD or something like that, just something mentally off. I cleared all those tests. Like none of those were even remotely close. But then part of what they did at this particular clinic is they did an IQ test. I've never actually had one of those before.
All the tests. I want one.
I don't know that I want one either, but like I had one. The thing that I scored the highest in was communication. And it was
that doesn't surprise me.
No, because I don't know how to stop talking.
Well, I didn't say it. You did.
Yeah. I come by that honestly.
And I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like a 119, which I'm fairly certain is like 6 points from the max score.
Right.
And like, so when I am talking to people and I'm listening to people, it bothers people to a point because I'll read it and I'll understand what they're saying when they're not saying it. And it's something that, like, there's times where I do read into it too much because I have that, and I know that. I have to be careful of that as well. It's part of what I appreciated about this is now I understand why I read into so much and why I'm constantly studying people, why I'm listening to words that they aren't saying, and, like, all that stuff. It drives Rachel absolutely fucking batshit. She's like, I just want to go to McDonald's. What are you worried about whether or not I actually want to go? It's funny, like, you know, it is. We kind of laugh about it, but like, it is one of those things where like communication is something that I nerd out over. So like when I see people typing online and putting all these things on me, you're this, you're that, and I'm like, you may not be any of those things specifically, but what you associate with those things, you see in yourself, and you're projecting it onto someone else.
Yeah,
it's got to be that. I mean, there's no way.
Well, and part of the comments when you read stuff, sometimes I'm like, okay, if you can't even spell it right, I'm not going to worry about it.
Right. Exactly.
Grammar. Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Work with me.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Something. Anything.
You guys call him OG Hope? Is that what you guys are going to start calling Dad? Hey, all right, whatever. You got called worse.
Hey, yeah. Oh, I've been called a lot worse. Yeah.
Dude caught a 119 this is Socrates by... Yeah, if you want to think that, I don't care. I mean, yeah, just buy the merch. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Bro,
fine.
No way, Father Hope. I mean, that sounds really interesting. You'd be Catholic.
What?
Father Hope is what they start calling you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, thank you for the 3 months, bro. I appreciate it, man. W ad now I can't hear shit. I'm sorry, man. Imagine having ads right after the sub is crazy. Okay, dude. The flex. Like, oh, it's like flaunting your money. Look.
Does it jump into like on Twitch, like when they're watching it, does it cut the video? Oh, because on here
it just kind of moves to the side.
Yeah, it puts a little ad and it basically covers the chat. Yep. And I just have to skip the ad. Oh, I didn't realize
YouTube's ad experience is so much better than Twitch, and it's not even a tiny bit close.
Oh wow!
I have I stream on both platforms because I want people to feel comfortable going wherever they want to go. I don't care. But like Twitch, unless you get, I think, is it Twitch Turbo? Discord Nitro, Twitch Turbo. I think that's right. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. Twitch Turbo, you get no ads across the site. It's like $12 a month, I think.
Okay.
So it's not bad. So if you watch a lot of Twitch and you really don't want ads,
okay,
you can do that. But Twitch's ad experience is horrible. Like they run a similar amount of ads. But YouTube, you have like skippable ads. You have the stuff that just overlays on the chat. You can still listen to this. Like it's
right.
It's wild. There's not much of a way to improve it on Twitch until they get their head out too. Their financial stuff is it's just what it is.
Well,
so
a lot of moving parts. So
Why did I quit Rivals? So there's a video on my YouTube channel, and I'm not just trying to plug it. Like, there's actually a video for it. If you want to watch the long form one, it's there. It's the most recent long form video I posted talking about starting over at 30. Or you can find the vertical, which I don't think I ever created a command for it in the chat, so you could do that. I can do that when I get back home, but I'm gonna have to. But short version, so you don't have to leave if you don't want to. Is that the third person POV? The Gunnar skins were just, it was a pathetic money grab to me. It's not art. We've gone past art.
okay, now see, if you would have said that an hour ago, if you would have said Gunnar skins, it would have meant nothing to
You'd have
me.
been like, what the fuck? is
Now
this?
I translate it.
Yeah.
I feel educated.
You feel
All right.
enlightened.
I feel good. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
And then like the lack of competitive integrity in the game, with the supports being completely and totally overpowered to a point that it's like, I can't kill anything. They aren't. These heroes take no skill, and they can look at you, throw a little healing, and you're back to full. And I have taken the last 3 seconds trying to get you down from top. Yeah, that game is just not for me. It's a very fun casual game, though, I will say. Like, if I'm just playing it, I'm not trying to get serious with it. I'm just having a good time with friends. The Gunnar skins add to that. I mean, you guys saw, like, Venom, Venom from Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
He has a twerk emote.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And I was abused by my little crew I played with all the time.
Yeah.
At one point, they got me to a clip that went viral because I went down to the practice range, is what it's called. It's completely outside of a game. It's what it sounds like. You go into practice stuff.
Yeah.
And they go, come down to the practice range real quick. You got to see this. And they're all in a line as Venom just twerking.
There's some things you can't. It's like, regardless of how hard you hit the delete key,
It doesn't go out of
after
your
you
brain.
see it, you can't unsee it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
So,
Yep. Taught your dad about gooning W, son. Hey, you know what? We got to translate your language.
I think we're going to have a lot of discussions tonight.
Yeah, about, like,
on
okay,
the
so
back
what?
porch.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly did that mean again?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll look at a little refresher here. But David, the Gunnar skins make money for the poor Chinese developers. True. Forgot about that. My bad, chat. Honestly, small indie company. I forgot about that. Rivals is so bad. I'm so ashamed to drop 300 hours into it. Listen, like, oh man, I could go off on this, but I won't. I'll just say it short version. Enjoy the games you want to enjoy. I really wish that people would get, and you're not causing problems, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, there is this mentality that I think a lot of the, like, especially like competitive gamers have, where it's like, it's the same people that think, like, if you're not number one in the game, that you're not good at it. Objectively speaking, in Overwatch, if you hit Masters, you're in the top 5% of the game. That's actually pretty impressive. People don't want to talk about it because it's not Grandmaster, it's not Champion, it's not top 500. But top 5% of a player base as large as Overwatch is actually pretty impressive, and you should take that. That's something to be proud of. At least as of last data that I knew, and they may have updated that. I don't know, because I know that the rank distribution is different now. But, like, that's kind of something that I think there's, like, this gatekeeping weird, like, oh, if you weren't just born and naturally floated your way into, like, Master GM, you're terrible at the game. It's like, maybe if you're in bronze, you're in silver, and you've been there a while, maybe you need to work on some things. But no, I don't know. I guess that combined with, like, the game stuff too, like, this is a good one. Oh, you didn't play Dark Souls when it was, like, exactly this. Even that, seriously, even in Dark Souls, it's this way. When I play Dark Souls and I ask you guys for help when you're watching, there are people that are, like, purists that show up in my chat and they're like, well, I didn't have a guide when I played this game. I didn't have a whole chat full of people trying to help me. I'm like, that's not the experience I'm looking for. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I just want to enjoy the game with a bunch of people that are like, what? It's like when we used to play games. Like, I had a group of cousins that I used to game with all the time. We played Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
They knew where all the mini kits were. I didn't know where those were. I knew how to get there. I didn't know where they were. And they'd be like, hey, go over there and get a mini kit while you're here. Oh, cool. Oh, no, that's not how I had it. Get over it. Like, God, it's a video game. Enjoy it.
Sounds like old cops.
Yeah.
Wasn't like that when I started. Yeah, well, you had a revolver too. It's, it just is what it is.
Right.
So. Yeah, I'd post stuff in here to a few guys, but I'm like, I have no idea how to do it. So
yeah, it's fine.
Post something stupid in there and be like, what have you done?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah. I was just hard focused on ranked. I used to be GM in Overwatch, but I could not get over Diamond in Rivals. It's interesting because, like, difficulty-wise, Overwatch is immensely harder. So the fact that you got to GM, I guess GM is because it goes Diamond, then GM. Yeah, you should have been able to get way above Diamond. That's interesting that you didn't. I find that fascinating. Anyway, yeah, the two games are like basically the same. They are. You cancel me. I don't care. They're basically the same. Please, it gives me more views. But like but seriously, like they're essentially the same freaking game with
Right.
different universes.
Oh, sure.
And
What are the two suit? You have Marvel and you have DC Comics.
yeah, same kind of concept.
Same kind of.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
different universes.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, it's interesting because like that comparison pisses people off too, and it makes me smile. But
DC and Marvel.
no, the Overwatch and
Oh, I was about to
Rivals
say.
one.
What?
You're like, dude, they're like, what?
Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
No, it's fine. Yeah,
it's fine. Just get over it. But no, they because like I forgot where I was going with that. My brain just went. It's gone now. It's over. Whatever. it was.
Derailed.
Yeah, it's completely off.
Yeah, we were talking about the comparison.
A comparison of like
Yep.
ranks and stuff too, because actually, right as you said that, the person I was originally talking to mentioned this too. Rivals is just a casual game, and they know it. They've made it very clear, and it's so funny because the Rivals community gets fucking pissed with me when I say this game is so casual. They're like, "No, it's not. It's one of the hardest games I've ever played," and they get mad, and I'm like, "You do know that your developers of the game have said we are intending for this game to be casual. They don't want it to be competitive.
Really
They don't care.
interesting.
They just want to make some money on the game and hope you have a good time." And it's funny because then Overwatch is exactly the opposite, at least according to the last thing I knew, because I don't keep up with Overwatch much anymore. Last thing I knew, they were actually trying to be competitive. They have the whole Overwatch Champion Series. They have what was the Overwatch League, all that stuff, right? They have these competitive branches. And it's a lot more serious. The other thing is, this is actually pretty simple to explain too. The easiest way to understand that Rivals is casual is on a less than 50% win rate, meaning you are losing games more than you are winning games, you can rank up.
Okay.
You're losing more than you're winning. Why are you ranking
math,
up?
Math doesn't math there.
Nope.
I don't.
But I did.
I'm not a smart guy.
But this isn't
But this-
working. No, I think, what was it, chat? You guys could probably tell me because some of you are like nerdy about this, but I think I had a 46 or 47% win rate and was ranking up.
That's is it like a multinational people on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as far as an American school system, that's an F.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
straight
saying
up.
That's
That's not
your-
great.
You're failing. You're not getting past.
You're not
high school.
passing. Yeah. No, you're
Nope,
not
that's
passing.
bad.
That's true.
So-
No, and it's funny too because like what's considered to be a good win rate is obviously higher the better, but like a good win rate that people will respect, it just means you're steadily climbing, is like 55 to 60%. Especially if you're grinding, putting
Okay.
hundreds of games in, the math plays out. And in Overwatch, that's true. You don't get out of bronze without a higher than 50% win rate.
Yeah.
And in Rivals, it took me like 20 hours, 25 hours of gameplay, which sounds like a lot. But in Overwatch, as much as we like to tease that I was hard stuck in Platinum, I had 1,000 hours in the game and I was still struggling to get out of Diamond.
Do they? So like in Siege,
Mhm.
they have my league, the you suck level,
You're right.
and they put me in with other people of that level.
Yep.
Right.
Matchmaking.
Is it the
that's
same
what,
thing?
Yep, that's the term is
Okay.
matchmaking is
Okay.
exactly what the term sounds like.
Matchmaking to me means it's a dating service
That's-
from the 90s. I don't, anyway, but yeah.
That's funny.
okay.
But no, true. But also, no, not in this case. But yeah, so matchmaking in gaming is exactly what it sounds like. It's creating
Okay.
the match and making it as balanced as you can.
Okay.
And every game struggles with it. Every game has different styles. Like one of the most common criticisms of Apex Legends, for example, is there's pretty substantial evidence to conclude that they have what's called engagement optimized matchmaking.
Okay.
And it's basically forcing a 50-50 win rate. It's putting you, and it's not like they're putting you with like slightly more difficult players. It's they're putting you with like the top players that in like casual games and stuff.
Oh.
Like you're just getting stomped.
Okay.
That was how matchmaking was as a kid. You
Right.
play Call of Duty, you got stomped some games, and you stomped other games.
Oh, I figured it was some 7-year-old from New Jersey knifing me all the time.
I mean, that's probably true too.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah, it's also probably part of that.
Yeah.
They-
Where did he come from? Yeah.
Where the hell? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely true. So, but it's, and then there's like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, which
Mhm.
both claim to have pretty well balanced matchmaking. Where, like in Overwatch, I'll say, well, no, it does it in Rivals too. It's just different. you can actually see the rank of everybody in your lobby.
Okay.
And so the goal is to have the closest rank as possible without extending your queue times.
Hmm.
So, like when you get up to your top 500 players, you expect to have queue times. Some of these queue times I've seen, I don't know how they are now, but at one point, if you were in the top 500, you may as well play a second game while you're waiting. It was an hour, 2 hours before you get a match because of
Wow.
how closely they tried to keep it balanced. But then they tried to lower those. People went, well, now I've got, I'm a champ player. I've got diamond players in my lobby. Yeah, that's for the cost of it. That's how it goes. If you want to have faster queue
Okay.
times, we have to, or you have to have more people. You either have to incorporate more of what you have or bring more people in.
Like if you're trying to play Siege at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I get off night shift,
Yeah.
I'll play for a little while. Yeah, you'd sit there for 15 minutes because there's
No one's on.
nobody on.
Everybody's
Yeah.
asleep.
Yep. Yep.
So, let me see if I keep going through here. Oh, that's kind of a cool question. I like that. Question to Dad. If you could pick one favorite or dream car, what would it be?
A car.
Yeah, car.
That's, you know what? That is a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could just honestly, probably a Dodge that I had a diesel truck, like a Dodge 3500 truck. I had some injuries in the military and how hard the suspension rode.
Mhm.
I had to get rid of it because I started losing feeling in my legs again, which is bad.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, there's good, there's bad, that's bad.
Yep.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite vehicle. But honestly, I mean, as far as some of the work vehicles and stuff that I've had, if we're talking police work, the all-wheel drive Dodge Charger is amazing.
Undisputed king.
Yep. When I was investigating a crash and I got hit in the median of my Charger, and that was a sad day because that car went away and they put me in one of the Fords, which are quick.
Mhm.
But I don't know, probably like I said, I like the trucks, but I am kind of curious about some of the newer cars with the self-driving and the EVs and the Jaguars that they're running around for the self-driving and the
Oh, yeah.
Zooks in Vegas and San Francisco. And I don't know, give me 20 years. My favorite car might be a self-driving car.
It's
I'm
true.
like
Could change a bit.
too old. That's it.
Not doing this anymore.
Nope, going to the iRobot era. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and and you guys we've talked about that too. Like my car fluctuates a lot. If they were more readily available, I'd love to get a Hyundai Veloster N. They're just super fun. It's a hot hatch. They're a hatchback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've shown you them before.
Yeah, I've pulled a few over.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
right.
that
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
surprise
because
me.
it has kind of the yep.
So those I like a lot. I like the look of them, the sharp lines, the hatchback bubble. Like I love those. But I have recently fallen in love with the Volkswagen Golf R. Very similar reasons. It's the one I've shown you that we were talking about the other day, and
Yep.
it's that either next year, Lord willing, or the following year. It'll either be that or a Tesla Model Y because the Model Y is cheaper to drive, and I plan on going to a lot more in-person events. So it's like maybe there's some practicality to get the cheaper one to drive, and it's because they cost about the same amount of money.
I think
But
I'd like a quadcopter drone that I can ride in.
no, there
That
you
would
go.
be cool.
That would be
Yep.
kind of cool.
That'd be good.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
100%.
I like that.
So just buy a Tesla, exactly. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dakota? Good to see you. Haven't seen a Dodge before. They are pretty cool. Did you look them up? Because I saw that you spelled favorite with a U, so you're not from the States.
Yeah, that's
That's
perfect.
yeah, color and favorite. Those are like the two that give
Yep.
it pretty clearly away who was watching.
Yeah. There's overseas. They sell a Toyota truck overseas.
Mhm.
It's like it can't be in the States because the emissions and the safety and all that kind of stuff. But I can't remember. It's kind of equivalent to the T100 Toyota truck.
Mm.
I'd have to look it up again. But overseas, it's like
It's
just
common.
this bulletproof staple truck, and that's what I wish some of those we could be like. Can we?
Just import that
Can
real
we
quick.
just float it in? Yeah.
Throw it
that's-
across
yeah.
the sea real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's true.
Yeah,
So-
we had it was a bunch of Lamborghinis and stuff. The guy that I had pulled over, it was a whole group of them. The crappy car was like the highest end Mustangs you can buy.
Mhm.
And this was, 12 years ago or something. But the Lamborghini, one of the guys had, there were only 250 made. And he was a test driver for Lamborghini. And it was, rumored that he had, had, I don't know, driven 75% of the cars. But it was cool. The Lamborghini actually had his name inscribed in, but he had it flown in, crated into New York, and they were driving across country in just this big, huge group. And like, how would this be? I don't know. Maybe I need a Lamborghini. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't maybe
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
That's like, well, there's that Tim the Tap Man. I've shown you him a couple of times, and he talked about it. He got a Gladiator, the Jeep Gladiator, little pickup looking Wrangler thing.
Okay.
He Hellcat swapped one.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, I don't really want a Lamborghini, but I do want a fast Gladiator."
Well,
and
that's
it's just kind of fun,
they
you
have
know.
some of the new Jeeps that have.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
yeah. Let's see who's. Oh, somebody from Sweden. Ever been there? Nope. Been to Korea. Been to Japan. Some of those
Forgot you'd
places.
been to Korea.
But,
Yeah, that's like my bucket list country to see is South Korea.
Yeah.
I'd love to go.
Yeah, North Korea. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe
Yeah,
if we don't. Yeah, I don't want to go and then not come back.
That's
just
it.
yeah.
So, oh yeah, the blind. Oh, there you go. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this, man. This has been one of those things where it's like, again, for me, like the whole point of this is to humanize creators more, because I just think that I think that a lot of people will say a lot of stupid things because it's flippant and it's easy to do. We talked about earlier having no consequences to saying some of the most ignorant things. And I think that when you start to paint the picture that these people have lives, like, the people that you're friggin' roasting the crap out of online, they probably have a life outside of it. I see people going at war with each other in my comment sections even, and I'm like, God, just leave it alone. Like, it's not, I don't even do that anymore. I used to. It's a huge waste of time. It's a wild waste of time. Like, I don't even, honestly, I spend time in my comments. I'm like, while I've been on vacation, I probably spent a little more reading. It's still probably only maybe 15 minutes a day, because it's just not, because I have, obviously, number one, I have multiple platforms. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. Twitch doesn't have comments while I'm not live, but you get what I'm saying. Just keeping up with all that is like, eh. And honestly, if any of you guys have read my Instagram reel comments, it is a fucking cesspool. Like, it is disproportionately worse than all the other platforms combined. It is wild. I don't know what it is.
Hey, we were talking about it yesterday. It's kind of interesting. We have, and everybody can probably relate to this. When you were a kid or something, you go into the store and you see your teacher.
Yeah.
Right. You see your teacher and you're like, oh, it's my teacher in a store. And it's like, we have this idea that our teachers, when we leave the classroom, they get in the wall locker and they sleep there.
Yep.
They never leave.
They never leave.
They're fed in the cafeteria. They do classwork over the weekend.
Yep.
And it's I think creators are the same, because it's, where are you always seen? Well, you're always seen there. But, it's hard to envision that here, this afternoon, okay, we're going to deal with some stuff and I'm going to mow lawn. And then we're going to go out and we're going to eat dinner tonight. So there's that. Yeah, it's interesting.
They're human, right?
Yep.
And that's so important. So that's kind of my goal with this is like, yeah, love or hate me, I don't care. I really don't. Like, if you're passionately a fan or if you're passionately a hater, I'm getting paid. I'm thankful, right? I really truly mean that. You can hate all you want. I wish you wouldn't. It's the way my uncle puts it. I've always appreciated. Bitterness is the poison you drink expecting someone else to die. It's only hurting you. I promise you, it's only hurting you. And you may not think it's hurting you, but I promise you, it's hurting you. And even if it's not directly hurting you, but it's hurting you in the fact that you spend the time doing this instead of doing something else, it is still a hurting you situation. So I want to encourage you, like, yeah, if you really must hate on somebody, please continue. Don't care. I'm thankful to have the bills paid and get to do something I love for a living. I literally got to just sit and chat with my dad with you guys for like an hour and 45 minutes. And I'll make a couple bucks off of it too. I mean, that's even cooler, right? Like, because we already do this. This is just normal for us. That's why I was like, if I just got a couple of mics and we just sat in one of the rooms in your house, I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe people will be down for it. And he's like, sure. Yeah, I was in. So
have you ever heard of the thing about somebody renting space in your head? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah. Living rent free in your head is the term that a lot of people use.
Yeah.
Online.
And I think that's, people who hate, and it's like, dude, yeah, I don't, yeah, it's just crazy to me.
Oh, it is. It really is. And it's like, the more I get outside of my norm, right, the more I talk to people like you that aren't really online. You are, but you're not, right? And or like people that don't literally fully exist in the online space like I do.
Yeah.
You realize just how much time you spend on the internet and how easy it is to think that that's normal. It's not. Yeah. It's really not. Most people that I know, even my generation and maybe a couple. I'd say the younger generations in mine are starting to become more the other way. But my generation and older, for sure. Most of us don't live on the internet. We doom scroll like everybody, right? We go through TikTok, we go through Instagram, we go through YouTube Shorts, we go whatever. Pick your poison. We all do it.
Screenagers. Is that what they're calling them now?
I guess that's I haven't heard that.
I
But
heard that recently. Screenagers.
that's interesting. I can see that because they've grown up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just like, I don't know how to articulate this well, but I guess the way that I think about it is we tease and use the phrase "go touch some grass," right? We say that a lot as gamers, right? But seriously, we went camping for it ended up because of the kids. I was like, no, I don't know if I should keep them here. We were in one
It's
trailer.
difficult. I'll
yeah,
give you that.
Yeah, I was like, it's because we had a handful of people. We'll just leave it at that without having to go into all the details. But we had a handful of people, and you guys know I've got 3 children. My youngest is 1, so it's like, yeah, he doesn't sleep well overnight anyway, and we're in a trailer, like a camper trailer. Y'all aren't sleeping either. So I was like, I'm gonna like spare all of you, and we're gonna go back.
Oh, it's appreciated.
Yeah, because y'all
we
could sleep.
slept in. It was good.
Yeah, you slept in, and there was no kids coming up. You, hey, are you gonna wake up yet? Are you up? Are you hello? Good morning. Hi, are you ready? I was like, dude, we're used to it. Still irritating. We're used to it. Rachel and I get it.
Yeah.
And you've had kids,
Oh, yeah.
right? But so you get it.
You
but
used
like
to do it. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah, exactly. You know. So it's like, but we did that. But while we were out there, that's what I was bringing this up for. While we were out there, I was talking to Dad about it, and I'm like, yeah, we appreciated the sunset. We stood out on a lookout area. It was only a few minute walk. And God, the elevation was kicking my tail. Tell you what, Idaho versus Missouri.
Yeah, that's
Not
6,000 feet roughly.
Yeah, it's about 3,000 feet different. Is what it's,
Yeah.
and you'll notice it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and then we went up a little further with the camping area we were at, and it was like we were looking out over the lookout, and it was just like taking a moment to pause, looking around myself, and realizing like both of my brothers, my sister, one of my kids. No, I think didn't we take one of my kids? Yeah, no, we took the 2 older ones.
Yep.
That was what it was. I was trying to remember how that all worked out. The 2 older ones, because they were mostly doing their own thing, but like really taking a minute to be present and looking around, and being like, I'm in the middle, and this is the way I internalized it. I was like, I'm standing in the middle of God's creation, looking and spending time with people that mean something to me. And there are people that hate me on the internet that don't have this. Not any one part of that. Like, not just the totality of the picture, like pieces of it.
If they did, their life would be more balanced.
They wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Probably not.
I really believe
Yeah.
that. I really do. Because they wouldn't have time for it. They wouldn't make time for it.
Yeah.
They might leave a
it's-
hate comment on occasion because we're all trolls on the internet on some things, but like, they wouldn't spend their entire lives doing it. There are people like, it's funny because like my regular fans will see them in the YouTube comments or in the Instagram comments. Dude, I see you hate comment on every one of his videos. Do you realize how much of your life he's running right now would be how you'd phrase it, right? They
Mhm.
say it differently.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't even think they realize it because it's just, they don't have anything else. And I genuinely pity them because it's like,
Yeah, you feel bad for them.
it's like, damn, like I know I can pick up a phone and talk to you. I can pick up a phone, talk to my mom. I can pick up a phone or walk across the room and talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Like it's, having that is something that I've taken for granted for so long. And,
I think
but
we
then,
all do at points.
oh yeah. But then when you really break it down and you think about how many people really don't have that, makes you a lot more grateful to have it. I'll say that. Like
Yep.
that's part of, again, that was kind of what sparked this whole trip was like, I've taken for granted the fact that I can call my grandma, and there's going to come a point where I go to call her and she's not going to be able to pick up. She's going to be in Jesus, hanging out with Jesus, living eternity on the other side, and probably having a lot better of a time than we are down here, right? Like it's just, and that's okay. But it's like, but while she's here,
Yep.
I'm going to make sure I soak that up. And so, like,
Yeah.
even after this, I'll pack all this down. I still don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to pack all this down and then go drive over to my grandma's place. I'm going to go sit with her in her house. I hope she's got her air conditioner on because it's 103 degrees outside. Because her porch is nice, but it's not nice when it's 103.
Yeah.
So go sit with her and chat with her and soak up time with her and really just appreciate the fact that she's here. And I really want to encourage those of you. I talk about Tim quite a bit. Tim the Tab Man. He's very famous for using part of his intro is like, here's the video, and then right as he's about to just go into the video, he'll say, I'll catch you in the next one. But or it's like something like, I don't remember I don't honestly remember the rest of the rant, but right at the end of it, he says, "But most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll catch you in the next one." And he goes into his video,
Yeah.
and it is I like for a while it was just kind of part of his intro, and I kind of baked it in. But like the more I think about it, I'm like, damn, who did he lose?
Yep.
That's what I think about a lot. Like, who did he lose?
Yeah, Ruth says the biggest problem in the world is loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to back up and you think about it, some of the problems and some of the things. I think there's something to be said. Go be part of the solution. Go, fix loneliness with people. Yeah, it's rough.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's it. Well, any other final? I'll give it a second here. Any other final things you want to ask him? You guys can yap with me anytime. But any questions you have for Dad while we're still here? Give you guys a couple minutes. Is this a service or something? There's nothing to clip farm. Yeah, just go back a ways. We talked about politics. And make sure you tag me in the clips. Thank you. Arm wrestled? No, I'm not going to do that. He'd absolutely dumpster me. Guys, he literally is a cop for a living. I'm pretty certain that he'll take me right out. I ain't trying to get absolutely mogged like that.
I don't play fair.
No.
I win. I just don't play fair.
Yeah, no, he does win. Yeah, no. That's absolutely accurate. I would not be surprised at that at all. Anything coming through on YouTube at all besides trolls, because I'm sure there's there. Because there's always something.
Oh, just something about hopping on or something periodically.
Hop on the game. Yeah, that's usually what it is.
You can go through the...
Yeah, that's all normal.
What they put, Dad for Hope, will you hopping on more often?
Yeah. Honestly, it seems like the people have enjoyed this. So, who does your dad main in Overwatch? He doesn't play Overwatch. But that's funny because earlier he talked about like, what
my Overwatch from the military is like an Apache or a Cobra helicopter. That's my Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'll give you guys some context from what I know of Dad. I feel like he'd be a Reinhardt player. And I feel like you guys will understand a lot more about my dad just by me saying that. Reinhardt is like, I'll show you the cinematic after.
Oh, yeah.
I showed to him. I don't have the setup to do that here. We do like a reaction scene chat. I just don't have that. Reinhardt is like a crusader. He's this really like traditional vision of a tank that stands in front of the line and holds the line.
Okay.
So I feel like you'd run Reinhardt almost no hesitation.
Yeah, I'm very much lead from the front kind of thought.
So, yep, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then this was a good question. This was one of the guys that like the same dude like Red Alert. So same person asking, how does it feel to know your son was able to make a living off content creation?
He still has to explain it to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
How it works. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and we've had some discussions about it.
We have, yeah.
Obviously, he's got and this comes from fatherly counsel where it's like, okay, I get it. But I mean, from my side, initially, it's like, dude, you're playing video games.
Right.
Okay, what are we doing here?
That's fair.
And then when he's doing rideshare and doing that, and we have those discussions about, hey, well, yeah, you spend that and you're going to have to grind because you got to grind for your family. You got to grind to make this work. And when people look sometimes about, man, this guy magically got that. And I'm like, well, he's been at it for
8 years.
But I was thinking 8. Yep. I wasn't sure if it was 8 or 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
long ass time.
Support what he does and, when he leans into it and why he's doing it and stuff. But yeah, he still has to explain it to me.
Yeah, the actual what in the world? There's money in this? Where?
Yeah. I don't draw me a flow chart with a crayon. I don't know.
No, I do that, but you keep eating them.
That's it. I know.
What does he think about Europe?
You know what? Yeah, I can retire here in a number of years, and we're gonna go travel and stuff. And
Europe's on the list.
I think the world is amazing, and every country has something amazing to offer.
Yeah,
even some of the third world and some of the really, really difficult places in the world.
There's something to appreciate.
Yeah, that we take for granted, the things that we have, and we in our house we use the term. Okay, that's a first world problem.
Yep.
When we have one of my boys saying something, it's like, that's not,
it's not worth being this upset about.
But even for me to travel to a very destitute third world country, that has a lot to offer for me, for perspective. I think there's a lot. The world's an amazing place. So
no doubt.
England, very cool. I hear they have an okay soccer team. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's something about that. Yeah, have you ever wanted to arrest him? I'm assuming me.
Oh, beat around the head and neck, maybe, but I don't
throw in the back of a patrol car, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, we've had it's just like any relationship
Yeah,
with your
there's been
kids as
moments.
they're growing up,
Yeah.
and obviously with, I had a divorce and he got caught up in that. So yeah, there's times when it's, very difficult. Parenting is not easy.
No, it's not for the
Um,
faint of heart, for sure.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. You're gonna if you don't like roller coasters and scary rides, don't
Don't
have
parents.
kids.
Yep. Don't become a
Yeah.
parent.
So
That's
yeah.
true.
Yep.
And I've
Yep.
only been doing it for a short period of time. I'd say the same thing for sure.
Yeah.
So, anything else come over on your side? Pretty much everything's chilling over here.
No, yeah, that somebody was saying that Rain, the
Oh,
Overwatch,
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, yeah.
Yep.
They just have this short, that's what you call them, short, I suppose. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'll have to
Yeah, I'll show that to him, guys. Trust me, I'll give you that.
I'll be curious to see that one.
Oh, this is an intro. Ooh, okay. This one's actually kind of interesting. I
Okay.
may have to give a little explanation, but I think it's a good
Okay,
question. Okay?
okay.
The question is probably meant to be a troll, but I actually love it. Should your son get back on Overwatch if it means providing for his family? Context is live stream views.
Right.
Everything else is the same. We
Mhm.
talked about this. Live stream views are probably like 50 to 60% of where they were when I
Mhm.
was at my peak on Overwatch.
Mhm.
And what they're saying is the implication is I've abandoned my family to
Oh.
play a different game
Right.
because this one was providing
Which
so much
is-
more.
Okay. No,
Yep.
perfect. Well, and it's one of those, I just look at it. So when we have field training, when you become law enforcement, you have to go through an FTO program. It takes about a year
Mhm.
of really kind of hard training. And I tell them sometimes towards the end of field training, I was like, hey, if at any point in the next 6 months you get up and you don't want to come to work, you come in my office and you talk to me because we have to talk about it. This job is so hard, it will destroy you over a career. If in your first 6 months, you're like, I can't go to work today. And I think it's the same kind of thing with that. If you were to be, hey, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Okay, well, you're doing your family a disservice because you start to hate to go to work.
Yep.
You start to, and I've had guys leave law enforcement because they, for lack of a better term, they don't want to play Overwatch anymore.
Right.
And so
They don't want to deal with the shit anymore.
they start
Yep.
coming back. So I think for that, the guidance or counsel would be like, hey, if you're supporting your family by what you're doing, great. If not, well, I guess you might have to do rideshare a little bit more.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, and you're just going to have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Like, I'll speak to it because I think it's really incredibly naive and assuming. It's called pocket watching, is what we call it online. Watching people's pockets to see how much money they have.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really funny too, because like people really do not understand how this works. Like Dad is bold enough to say the guy, I don't freaking understand how he's making a living, but hey, if he is, great.
Yeah.
But there are people who actually think they know, and they've never created a single piece of content in their entire life, and it's obvious because any creator worth their salt will tell you. Even freaking Ludwig at Streamer University. You guys have, if you haven't seen the clip, go look it up. He broke down his income. 55 grand in a month was Twitch live streaming. A lot of
Crazy.
money.
Yep.
$3 million in a month was his YouTube.
Jeez.
And it's like, yeah, he streams on YouTube as well, but we all understand that that's not where the money was made.
Right.
The concept is very clear. You make more revenue by far from video content because it's more easily digestible. It's easier for advertisers to target their audience who they want to actually advertise to. Live streams, because of the nature of the fact they have an ebb and a flow, and we've talked about all kinds of stuff in this
Mhm.
stream. Advertisers are going to have a harder time advertising because they don't know if they're going to reach their target audience. So video is one of those things where you make a lot more money in video content, and it's not even close. I mean, seriously, like I think Twitch is probably less than 10%. Maybe a high end 15% of my income. The rest of it is from other platforms that are video. And it's just one of those things, man, that I think that you guys got to understand. Like, there's a lot more to it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's it. I don't have a podcast. I bought this whole setup just to do this.
I had
So-
boxes showing up at my house.
Yeah, it's basically just like, hey, you're gonna have some Amazon stuff showing up. It's got my name on it. You can open it if you want, but I'm gonna put stuff together. And he goes, okay.
I suppose my wife has enough Amazon stuff. It just
Right.
kind of fell in the mix.
Yeah. No, she probably found it because she separated it.
Yeah,
She was
that's-
like, wait a minute, that's not mine. And
That's a bigger box than I was supposed
That's
to
got
get.
25 pounds worth of shit in it. I'm gonna move that over there. Yeah. So it's a nice looking setup. I like the background. Yeah, the background just worked out. I mean, it's just literally a room in their house that
Yep.
was perfect for the space. And yeah, it was the goal was just, I mean, we don't even have other lighting. We're using the ceiling light. Like
Yeah,
it's,
we literally have a ceiling fan spinning above our head right now.
yep. And I was more focused on audio because audio is 80% of a video's experience. I know that from a whole bunch of experience. So yeah, that's it. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna have to walk across the camera and go kill the stream, but I appreciate you guys chilling, man. This is something that was different from normal, and it really just means a lot to me, man. Just to do something that is so outside the norm of what I do. But for those that don't know, my next live stream is August the 10th. I will be home sooner than that, but I want to help my kids and my wife get back into norm before I just go back to work. And again, I have the luxury of being able to do that, so I take advantage of that because my kids and my wife, no offense to any of you, mean a lot more than me. So that's just how it works. But that's it. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys on the 10th, I guess. So to walk across the room here, awkward. You guys gonna get a view of the